I I'm still learning. I think right when I click live that it is live, even though it says it's setting it up. So you're live, Uncle John.
Yo,
I can't get enough of of live Uncle John.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another hour of Gary and Uncle John. As if you didn't get enough on New Year's, we just thought we'd give it a little more.
Is that okay? That I want more of you?
Oh my God, all day, Gary. I'll be here all day for you.
I'm totally straight, but I want me some Uncle John.
It's not the first time I've heard that, to tell you the truth. I don't know why it's weird.
I mean, let's be honest, dude, you are looking good, man.
Thank you. Thank you. 222, Gary. I'm almost at my lightest adult weight of all time.
I mean, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
Like when you said that, I have a hard time believing it. Like you've never.
So here's the story. So I don't remember like how much I remember a few times where I was weighed as a child or like as a teen and be like, okay, yeah, I'm the fat kid. And so in 7th grade, or grade 7 for you Canadians, I'm pretty sure in 7th grade I weighed 200 pounds in 7th grade. And then through high school, it kind of went here, there, and everywhere. And then realistically...
Wait. 7th grade, 200?
200 in 7th grade, brother. That's like what, 13, 14 years old?
And how tall are you?
Like 5'10", 5'11"-ish, right?
Yeah,
extremely
so
overweight.
You are kind of the chubbers in 7th grade.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God. Every bit of it. And so that only got worse as I got older. And by the time I was like 19, 20, I was pushing 300, right? So
okay. What now looking back, what's the primary reason you think you went from 2 to 3?
Because and this is to no fault of my family or my parents, but our family was a family who, if we would celebrate with things like sugary foods, and sugary things were always available. And we ate a lot of very carb heavy, like red meat, all that kind of stuff. So I had no idea what it was to eat healthy or be healthy or whatever. In my mind, it was like, well, I just eat too much. It wasn't really about what I was eating, right? So when I'm like 20, I'm like, okay, I got to change. I got to do something. And I went pretty much all in for like 3 to 6 months on just eating less. It was not a good plan. It was not a good diet, but I went from about 300 pounds to 220 pounds. And that lasted for maybe a year.
You lost 80 pounds?
Yeah.
But just not eating.
I ate a lot less and I did a ton of cardio. Like I bought a stationary bike and I rode it for like 2 hours a day.
And why does this not work?
Well, it does work, but it's not good for you, right? Have it just because I was eating like a slice of bread and bologna in the morning. And then like I was eating probably like 800 calories throughout the day. And I just decided that was the way I was going to do it. Whereas now I'm eating 3,000 calories a day and I'm able to drop weight, but also maintain everything I've been building over the last 10 years.
Definitely a more doable long-term strategy.
And that's the goal, right? The goal is to, once I'm at 198, to, be able to maintain that over a long period of time.
And here's what I didn't understand. I don't know if anyone out there watching, how many people we got on us, but I was in a show called Killing the Fat Man.
Yeah, I remember it very well.
And one of my takeaways from that experience is I can't eat clean forever, but I didn't realize that if you have more muscle mass, that your body needs to eat more just in a resting state. So it's like you can get away with like eating a more normal lifestyle than if you're just all fat. If you're a strong person, your muscles need to burn that. So I didn't really realize the mechanics of all that. Anyways, hey, I want to welcome 17 people. Welcome to ARMTV.
17
John.
peeps.
Okay, so this is ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there, you're the most important 18 people on the planet. Do you know why? Because I didn't advertise this. I mean, I said it on Travis's channel a few times, but you just happen to be on the internet. You must have got a notification from ARMTV, and then you're like, oh, I'll click. You're exactly who we're speaking to. Obviously, someday down the road, we like that to be a larger group, but you're like the most important. You're the people we called, you came. You're right here.
These are like the hardcores, right?
Yeah. So if there's 18 people out there, I want to know, be honest, do not lie. In the chat, are you subscribed to both channels? If you're a no, put it. Be honest. Come on, come clean. Come clean. You need to be part of Uncle John's channel too. Anyways, I want anyone to know. I don't know. You know, the more I do these live things, the more obviously I'm catering to the same group of audience, and you've already super chatted. However, if you'd like to super chat tonight, like our Derek Smith mission during this hour or however long we have Uncle John, all super chats go to Uncle John for joining us. This is tips to Uncle John. What I'd like you guys to know, I want to build, this is kind of like community outreach. I would like to build, this isn't about going viral. This isn't about having 1 million followers. This is about connecting with the people who are like the most dedicated. Like,
absolutely.
Talk to just you guys for a second. I don't care how many people are online. I just want you guys to know you're important. And if we're going to do anything in this sport, take it to the levels dreamed. It begins right here. The 27 people on the internet. And I'm sending out an invite. Join us tonight. Come in. I envision segments of ARMTV, let's say a 4-hour block, 5 to 9 p.m., where it's a balance of bringing what's on message boards to real life. Like, I'm going to ask you in a second, Uncle John, I'm going to ask you which Facebook groups you follow. Do you follow, like, how many different news sources do you get your teasing? Don't give it to me now, but I'm going to ask you, how many different places do you get your arm wrestling news? Do you go 7 days a week as a content provider? Do you feel like you have to keep up to date because you're a content provider, or because you just are that addicted to arm wrestling? Like, I'm curious, and I want to know, not just from you. I want to know from other people. I want to know, like, is there a way that I don't have to subscribe to all these different YouTube groups, or, I mean, no, not YouTube groups, but Facebook groups, Reddits? If I could just go on a show every couple nights and hear what's happening, like in social media, and them talking about it, and then I can come on and talk about it, would that like fill my need, sort of thing? So anyways, I picture a 4-hour block where we discuss just the goofiness of social media, the hot thing. Maybe it's so stupid. Maybe it's about Craig Toulier messaging on Facebook, why am I putting Barry Bourne on the YouTube?
Oh, I love this. I love it when elite arm wrestlers get interested in this weird underbelly of arm wrestling that we're involved in.
And I don't have a great answer for one legendary Craig Toulier. I mean, I just put a joke, like, because it's funny. I mean, I don't know. But anyways, I want, okay, I haven't quite told everything, but I envision this block of time I may not even be on it. If you're out there in the audience, and believe me, I have more hopes for you than one Uncle John, because he's not sure that any of you have the talent that it takes to do this, right?
This is the big question, Gary. Well, first off, big thanks to Evan Keller. Our first super chat of the night, $3.99, says happy to support. Let's make this show big. I 100% agree. And so this is my big question so for me, I now feel very comfortable after a year of doing this that I can come on and I can probably produce something decently funny and engaging for an hour. But that was not the case a year ago. So we got to find some people that are able to do that, or at least are willing to put themselves out there and learn.
Yeah, so this could be like a practice.
Yeah.
A practice medium.
Right.
If you will. So we go back to the Travis Beauty and the Beast, where Travis says, okay, Wall Vegas Finals is a audition for the Game of Arms season, blah, blah, blah. Well, we could say right here, right now, this show, this little segment, I haven't figured out what it's called, and I envision a world where this is multiple times a week. But I want the community to engage. I want Uncle John to be here, or Aussie arm wrestler to be here, or even spoken to Jason Merlot. I kind of connected to that. I'm sure Jimmy G wants some of that love. I'm willing to give many people a shot to be like the host / administrator, keep the conversation flowing and engaged, but have you, the audience, participate just like we did on New Year's Eve. Absolutely. And if you're nervous, like for instance, I'm putting money right now. Brad Cook, if you're out there, if anyone wants to point this to Brad Cook is a perfect person where he just vocalized.
Absolutely perfect.
He vocalized, I'm a bit nervous. Oh, let me tell you, bro, you got zero reasons to be nervous.
Dude, did you see him when he came on Arm Wrestling After Dark like a week ago?
I watched like 5 minutes of it. I got to go back.
He's fine.
I got to go back. Great. I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, all he has to do is get what you did, get a little bit of rounds under you where you're like, okay.
Just reps. That's it.
Where I'm fine. I could totally do this. Yeah. And yes, you can do this. We already know you can. But it's just a matter of you realizing it. But hey, link is in the description. Link is in the comments. Come on,
some people in here.
So here's the thing. So right now, if you're out there, we're up to 37 people. You should rewind because I don't want to repeat myself. But you're very important people. And let's say, so this hour, it's Uncle John's hour. I'm here because the show is new. But as an example, this is going to be Uncle John's hour. I may not even be here. It's Uncle John's hour to facilitate the conversation. But we need you. We need you to come on, and we need to train you to realize this is your show too, and to come on. I messaged Aussie Arm Wrestler. I messaged Jason Merlot. These are guys I watched, and I was like, they could flow. They could do it. But like right now, we've been on 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And no peeps.
Nobody's coming yet. But I do want to send out a big thank you to Nathan Moorhead with another super chat, $4.99. I like this comment too. He says, it's the perfect marriage. John's organized and professional, and Gary is a hot mess.
Hot mess.
Make for great pairing.
Always a hot mess. And so Evan Keller and Nate, these are like veterans.
Yeah, these guys, well, I remember both these names for sure from New Year's, for sure.
Yeah. Nathan wants to arm wrestle me.
Yeah, what's Nathan's story? How long has he been arm wrestling for?
I can't remember. He said he's a guy who's just been strong, arm wrestles some friends and stuff, maybe bars type situations, but I don't believe officially trains or goes to events. So Billy Burke. Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, who would marry Gary? Rick Savage. Come on, bro. I got an amazing wife, dude.
So what do we got?
Billy Burke. You got to turn down. gotta turn down the. I heard Billy Berg. Who are you?
Billy Berg, not fit.
Oh,
That's
we've.
Canada.
Yeah.
Billy. Hey. Listen, Billy. I love me some NatFit. But the last time you were on New Year's Eve, it was coming off a little bit late night commercial, like all NatFit all the time.
Well, it ain't gonna be there today.
We
It
want
ain't gonna be there today.
We want to mention the products, but we're a soft seller up in
Well,
here.
coincidentally, Gary, do you know what came to my house today?
What's
A
that?
full complement of NatFit Canada products. And let me tell you
From
how
Billy Berg?
I feel. So I got like 2 weeks ago, I got what did you send me, Billy? You sent me not the pre-workout, but the BCAAs.
I sent you BCAAs.
So Billy sends me the BCAAs. Then I talked to Kane Hemsing, who is the president of NatFit Canada. He just sent me the protein and the pre-workout. So within the next week or two, we're gonna fire up NatFit Month here on Uncle John's show and see what's up. See what's up with a little NatFit. See if it gets me crazy.
Okay. So I didn't finish my thought out there. Let's try to stick to real names. We got to have video. No trolling the show. No trolling the show. Don't get me kicked off. Don't be kicked off. Nathan, you got an audio check? Who are you?
Nathan, I'm here. Can you hear me, Gary?
Yeah, perfect. Where are you from?
I am from Milan, Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Wait, you're Nathan Moorhead?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I will beat your ass. You can't touch that, bro. You can't touch that.
What is that?
You don't want none of this.
What is that?
But you don't want. Okay, well, hold on. ARMTV Nation, slow down. Let's take it down here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to let you know that this guy right here, when I was picking fights with all the internet trolls, he called me out, and I thought I'd be in the car every other day driving to all these super matches a couple hours away. And then I woke up from a dream and realized my wife was like, bitch, you have an 8-month-old kid. You're not driving every other day, a couple hours to super match people. And it's COVID. So I didn't hit the road like I dreamed. But Nathan, what did you message me? You said you don't train, but you're strong and you'll beat my ass in the bar. We didn't even need a regular table. Is that correct?
No. We can do it anywhere. You want the original story of what happened?
Yeah. Tell me the story.
So it was episode 1, and I think it was really the first time I'd ever really watched ARMTV. And I made a comment told you to get off of Travis's lap, if you remember.
That's justified. That's justified.
Wait a minute. What was I doing on his lap? Was he?
Everything he said, you laughed like a little schoolgirl. So I was like, get off Travis's lap. And you commented back and told me that every little bitch that commented on your posts and trolled you was going to drive to their house and smack them like a bitch.
Oh, nice. Sounds like Gary Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I want to so bad.
But now, truthfully, since then, I haven't missed an episode. Love the show. Enjoy all the content. Yada, yada, yada. My question to John is when did you think you're watching Gary Roberts bark like a dog, scratch his face? Mm-hmm. What in hell were you thinking? I'm going to buddy up to that guy.
Man, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Wait, hold on, pause. Are you talking about back in the day when I knew him in 2010 or currently?
I'm just saying in general. I mean, who befriends a guy that barks like a dog and claws their face out?
Well, I'll tell you, he's got 2 thumbs. Tell you what, man. Gary Roberts. So whatever Gary does now, I'm not really too concerned with, because I just assume that Gary is going to do a certain amount of Gary things at any given moment, right? And I kind of know the level of Gary that to expect. So I'm not too really worried now. But when I first met Gary, all of the barking and the craziness, it was paired with so much fun. I can't explain to people now what it was like 10 years ago to go to Minnesota States, and it's just like pandemonium. And here comes Gary Roberts, and his whole goal of being in that place at that time was to film you and make you feel good about being an arm wrestler. And that was like, I still feel it. I feel it right now, just when I'm talking about it. So my whole thing is, can I give that to other people? And can I help Gary give it to other people? Because I know at the end of the day, that's really what Gary wants to do. Gary doesn't need to be a world champion arm wrestler. Gary wants to make those potential people and find those people, make them feel good, and make more of them, in my opinion. So now I'll get off Gary's lap and you can respond.
No. Hey, everybody, I mean, you're the professional. You do everything clean. Part of what makes Gary's character is the fact that he's a hot mess.
Yeah.
That really is. I mean, I think people enjoy it. He's unorganized. He's painting his damn room throughout the show. It's a hot mess, and he's a character.
But look at it now, man. Look at it now.
So good.
Nathan, give us some backstory. What's your stat? Are you a fan of arm wrestling? Are you an arm wrestler?
Nope, just a huge fan.
You just love watching arm wrestling. Yeah,
people show up and we just throw down for fun.
That's why I thought I could beat your ass.
Here's the deal. You think that the record's spotless.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone who says they've never been beat, never been in a competition.
That's why I knew you was going there.
Here's the thing. Strong guys like you. Here's what I tell non-arm wrestling people. People are strong. They don't necessarily focus on the fingies. The fingies aren't a glamorous tool. And so when it comes to new strong guy, your fingies, that's where I try to peel that open. And I even tell you what I'm going to do. And if I'm quick enough, I feel good about being able to do that against strong guys, but I could be wrong. So I got a question.
Shoot.
So I kind of want to start off with social media here. Do you guys, what's your number one? You don't have to say ARMTV. So let's exclude ARMTV because I don't want you to ride on my cock. What is your number one arm wrestling channel? The top 3 arm wrestling channels, honestly, that you check out most often in the week. Go, Nathan.
Well, if you just exclusively to YouTube, or are you talking Facebook too?
Yeah, any. Your top 3 sources where you go get your arm wrestling stuff.
Well, I mean, if you said to be honest, so I'm going to throw you, John, and Neil in there. Those are my top 3, and then the arm wrestling discussion board, which you're not a part of.
I got kicked out. Okay.
So Herman Stevens, after you guys had a little video chat the other day, right?
Okay, wait, hold on. Pause. Nathan, I got it. Billy, can you do me a favor? Are you on? This is how this show is going to work. Are you on the arm wrestling discussion board on Facebook?
I believe so. Yeah.
Can you bring it up and scroll through it for like 2 minutes, and then we're gonna, after we get done with Nathan and John, then we're gonna ask you kind of what the top most talked about, because I can't go on there. I want to know what's the hot items of the week. If you could,
I am limited I'm on my phone. I just got camera and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. Uncle John's got it. All right, Nathan. What were you saying about Herman?
Well, you had your little discussion with Herman the other day about Free Gary, of course.
And you watched that too?
Yeah. I watched it.
Are you addicted? We see you a lot, bro.
I enjoy the content, man.
Beautiful.
I don't
don't say it like it's a bad thing, Gary.
I don't want to. I know. It's funny. Okay, so you watched.
I watched it. So instantly, I jumped on the arm wrestling discussion board. I tagged Herman and hashtag Free Gary, which he got a good kick out of. But
so, John, it's become painfully obvious. And I spoke to Paul Lynn, and Paul Lynn admits that little Facebook, the way you can share to groups is easy to F up.
Yeah.
It's easy to, because it gives you all the groups, and you just, it's not a great system, but I called Paul once Herman definitively said, you made Paul look bad. I was like, oh, I didn't, shit. I called Paul. I was like, Paul, bro, baby, total accident. He's like, I get it. But I didn't ask to be freed again. So I don't know if I'm still on there, but I listened, Uncle John, I listened to tonight's show from Travis on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And you totally said, is it true that you got kicked off again? I had no idea.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Because
How
I
did
found
you?
out because I think Artem messaged me maybe, because it was like, you had this big thing and you're like, I'm back on. And then like the very next day, Artem like sent me a screenshot of you that had put a thing that was not training on the training board. Or so I can't remember exactly how it went. And I was like, God damn it, Gary.
Okay. I have to say this real quick, just so you can tear it out. For anyone who at home wants to know how this works, I spend the majority of my time and effort to actually produce the video. I'm very OCD when it comes to the video. If a transition is wrong or there's the bad edit, I get totally annoyed. So I spend the majority of my focus on production of the content. Then, because I've done that, when it comes to thumbnails and titlings, I really begin to half-ass the work. I'm behind. So now I start to rush. And then when it comes to sharing the stuff, oh, forget about it. I'm annoyed.
Right.
I don't spend any time on that. I do it as fast as possible. And that's what usually gets me in trouble, because I'm just and it's out there.
Right. It is annoying. It is.
We have a veteran. Okay.
Oh, Evan Keller.
So Uncle John and ARMTV, but how much do you so social media outside of those top three, you're on Facebook a lot, you read the discussion group?
You're talking to me now?
Nathan first.
Hold on one second. Joe Woodland with $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Joe. No question. Stacy Morgan with $10 as well. He says, Gary, just give Artem more money and he'll let you on for a third time.
No, here's what I'm going to do. Bitches. I'm breaking the system, because since I'm banned from the discussion boards, I'm going to bring the discussion board from life, and I'm just going to find out from you guys what happened on the discussion board. So that's what we're doing. Evan, you're turned. You're turned, Evan. Unclick your.
That's better.
Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, Evan, before you join in, I got a couple questions. Uncle John, did you do some research?
All right. So are you wanting to know about the arm wrestling discussion page or the arm wrestling training page?
Okay, here's the thing. You educate me.
Yeah.
Paul Lynn told me, why do you care about the discussion board? Nothing, that the training board is where it's at. Right. But I'm into the gossip, the National Enquirer, and I know that the discussion board can be a bit sloppier.
I'll clear your mind right now. So arm wrestling discussion at this point in time, what I see a lot on there is memes, funny stuff, little jokes, this and that. I mean, there's like 4,000 people on there. It's decent. I put my stuff on there and that's cool. That's great. Arm wrestling training, they keep it very, very tight. So you're only going to see like videos of people training for arm wrestling or links to videos on YouTube that are very specific. Like right now I'm looking, and Jason Constantini from Table Monkeys, they just put out a video about finding your lane from the hit, right? So they're really specifically talking about one particular part of arm wrestling, right?
Oh, okay. So the training board is no fun.
Well, it's fun if that's what you're looking for.
No, but I want to know where the fun.
There's no screwing around.
Where's the fun in arm wrestling?
Okay, I can tell you, but it's very, very complicated. In order to fully understand, I'm obsessed with arm wrestling culture and the arm wrestling community. And in order to fully understand it, which I am not there, you have to have as many arm wrestling friends as possible on Facebook. Arm wrestling lives on Facebook. There's a little bit on Instagram. There's a bit on YouTube, but really the big chunk of it when people are talking is on Facebook. And this is where you're going to see things like RVJ versus Chuck Ryder. This was a big super match that happened earlier last year. And it really all went down on Facebook, and RVJ was more active and Chuck Ryder was more active. But if you don't know those two guys, you're only going to know parts and bits of the story. And then you're like, Chuck Ryder, who the hell is this? Why is RVJ arm wrestling this weirdo? But
yeah, I've been wondering, is Chuck Ryder, is he like
is he elite arm wrestler?
Is he a troll? Is he a troll?
I think he will troll.
Is he Gobby-ish where he just fucks with people? I've kind of
probably sometimes.
I've seen him really get into it with people. I don't know if it's. Hold on, Derek Smith. Derek Smith, why are you in the chat, bro? This is the show. This is for everyone. You're welcome to come on. Come on now.
Jonathan Saltzman with another super chat. Nice super chats, everybody.
Okay, we're gonna pick up on this conversation in just a second. Evan Keller, I've noticed you've spent a little bit of money and you're on ARMTV and Uncle John a lot. Tell us why. Why? What's going on?
Well, it ties into your earlier question about top sources of arm wrestling entertainment/info. 100% honest, your two channels are two of my go-tos, so I feel like why not support them?
Hey, can you come just a little closer to your camera? You're really muffled.
I think it's because I'm on Bluetooth. Give me 1 sec. I'll kill my Bluetooth.
How's that?
Oh, so much better. I'm sorry. I was going to tough it out, but I was like, I can't do it.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh, Evan, so much better. Start over, Evan.
So
wait, hold on. Are you an arm wrestler or are you a fan? Are you an arm wrestler? Are you an arm wrestler or a fan?
Arm wrestler, yeah.
Okay, go on.
So started 2012. Kind of took a 3-year hiatus where I wasn't very seriously training, just away for work and whatever. Back into it hardcore now, and hopefully COVID stuff is over and we can compete soon.
Where
but yeah, back to your earlier, what's that?
Where are you from?
I live in Kitchener, Ontario. I train with Team London, Crazy George's team.
Nice.
Hey, do me a favor. Tell Crazy George I miss him.
100%, I will.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, just want to support your channel and Uncle John's channel. So like, the odd little super chat. It's not a lot out of my pocket, but why not support arm wrestling? So yeah.
We
appreciate it, brother.
Oh, now do you sleep around or it's just ARMTV and Uncle John? Do you give a little love to everybody? All the other.
When you said, I think it was on the New Year's Eve show, how addicting super chats were. I popped my cherry on New Year's Eve on your show, and and I went all out. And then from that point forward, your channel and Uncle John's channel have been getting little bits here and there when I can. But I'm not sleeping around, Gary.
You're faithful.
That's it, man. Loyal.
Okay. Well, here's a deal, and here's part of I think what we're trying to maybe do here eventually, Gary, which is bring a lot of this information to one spot, because for me, I consider it part of my job to understand what's going on in arm wrestling. And for me, a guy who spends most of his day thinking about arm wrestling and it's difficult. I can't watch everything. I can't watch an hour of Beauty and the Beast, create my own content, watch Ryan Bowen, watch Devin, watch Michael in Dubai, then watch Larry in Dubai. Like, it's not possible every day. But if we get enough of us that kind of have, you kind of get this feeling once you've got enough information, you can start making connection points. And if we can just bring that here and discuss that, I think that's going to be a powerful tool.
Okay, well, wait. So when you didn't give me good answers. You said what you can't do a lot of. So what do you do? How many times a week do you allot to keeping abreast of what is going on in the sport?
3 hours a day.
What?
Probably.
3 hours a day?
Think about it. Every minute. So I'm in the gym 3 hours a day as well, which means every minute I'm in the gym, there's something going. It's not like I'm studying it. It's not like I'm hyper-focused, but there's always something going on in the background for me. So even if I'm here editing and I'm working on some editing, my phone is set up and I'm trying to catch up on Beauty and the Beast or Ryan Bowen or Ryan Espy or whoever it may be, just so I have some kind of reference to what's going on and the significant things. Also, big thanks to Sean Crowther. $13.99. He says, glad you guys are continuing this format. You should try to get Matt Mask and Devin Larrett on at the same time. I like that idea.
Evan Keller, you spent 45 Canadian on New Year's Eve at our channel. Derek Smith thanks you.
Yeah.
I bet he does. I hope it works. I want to see him get over there.
Speaking of Sean Crowther spent 307 Canadian dollars.
Oh,
Can we get a Canadian arm wrestling t-shirt for Derek to wear in Dubai? I think we did our part on New Year's Eve.
I'm sure we can. I feel, Uncle John, I feel like we have a large number of Canadians following us. Is it because you're Canadian?
Well, I mean, I'm from Canada. I'm not a Canadian, but I do support Canada. I love Canada. I think that there is a big awakening going on in Canada right now as far as arm wrestling goes. You take a province like New Brunswick. New Brunswick had like 10 pullers a year and a half ago. Now they've got like 50. So there is, and I'm doing my best to. Here's another whole other problem is that Canada is underrepresented in almost every rankings, everything. Canada gets underrepresented because it's more difficult to get that data. And a lot of guys in Canada don't travel as much as the United States. So I'm trying to do my best to bring to light, some of these Canadians as well, and really fly the flag for some top Canadians. Cause I know there's guys right within 20 miles of me that could come in and wreck house on some of these top 10, top 20 lists for the United States.
Okay. I love those points. I want to come back in a little bit. We have a new, I only have Green. I broke the rules for you. Who are you?
Christian Green.
Where are you from?
Christian, what's up?
Don't say Canada. It feels like you're going to say Canada.
No. I'm not from Canada. I actually came on here when you did your first little one you did when that guy came on and had all those crazy.
Yeah. I recognize your backdrop.
Yeah.
What was your name again? Christian.
Yeah. So I'm from Bend, Oregon. And I train with Jody. So.
Oh, nice. Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah. Chocolate Thunder. He's getting me better. I'm going to be 1 year in on about February 1st or 2nd. February, I'll be hitting 1 year. So,
shout out to Chocolate Thunder. I would like to know, can I beat your boy Christian right here? Bam. Bam. What's your weight class? I'm
currently at about 197. So,
ooh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling lucky about this.
Yeah.
So you've been in 1 year.
Yeah.
You messed up, Nathan. I don't want to hear ARMTV. I already know if you're on here, you go to ARMTV. I want a true representation on where people go to get their content. Where are you a YouTuber? Do you go to Facebook like John said? Reddit? Where do you get your arm wrestling news?
Yeah. Well, I have a YouTube, but I'm not really a YouTuber.
No, but you are on our channel. Do you go to everyone's channel? Like how many YouTube channels?
So when you asked that question, I went and looked on my YouTube. And so my most watched are Neil Pickup, Ryan Blue Bowen, Monster and Mrs. Monster, Devin Larrett, Uncle John, and ARMTV.
Wait, is that the order?
My order.
Like, were you just reading randomly, or was it Neil first?
No, actually, I was not reading randomly.
Okay.
It's Neil.
I was like,
Ryan,
hold on.
Monster.
I was like, how does this guy know which channel he's on the most? That would be a good feature.
It might. I don't know if YouTube Studio has that or not. But I just go on to, because I watch when I work. I work from home, and so I have YouTube up of arm wrestling all day. I watch everybody. I've watched all of Uncle John. I've watched all of you. I've watched all of Travis's and everybody. You're able
to work and watch YouTube channels. God love you.
Yeah, I wake up. First thing I do in the mornings, I check to see if Neil Pickup show is on. I get my cup of coffee, and that's how I start my freaking morning, and it's awesome. So and then usually you guys will come on like later in the evening, but usually when I wake up in the morning, there's every 2 or 3 days, there's a new Neil Pickup show for me to watch.
And what do you do that you're able to just listen to Neil all day?
I'm an environmental consultant. So
I don't know what that means. Are you able to listen to YouTube and environmental consult?
Yeah,
obviously.
I am.
Wow. That's like the dream job. If you can do your job all day and then still listen.
Yeah. No, it is. It's pretty nice. It's pretty
so
nice.
Here's for me. I don't know how this is for Uncle John, but I can edit videos, but I can't listen. I have to listen to what I'm editing if I'm editing something particularly. But then when I get to the titles or the thumbnails or something graphically, then I turn on the shows and then I can. But every once in a while, if I'm editing something where it doesn't matter, then I put on the shows. But John, if you're able to do 3 hours a day, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
And just staying up to date.
Happens. Like it's not consecutive, right? But it gets there.
Do you want to know my cheat?
Yeah.
Here's my cheat. So if I was working on something or being baby dad, if I saw you post something, then Devin post something, then Ryan Bowen post something, I was like, oh, I didn't know about Khaled until I saw 3 people posting things. And I was like, oh, I must find out about Khaled. That was my cheat. Oh, speaking of, we want to thank Derek Smith, $4.99. So much love for you guys and everyone in here. He just joined the show.
What's up, Derek?
Derek. Okay, Derek, before we get to you, you're just going to have to hang out because we're kind of in the middle of one little thought. Billy Berg, we haven't spoken to you for a little bit. What is your go-to channels, or where do you get your arm wrestling content?
Well, I'm subscribed to a bunch of them, obviously. So the first one, typically the Monsters, Michael Todd and his wonderful wife. They're the ones that always pop up. Uncle John, I would say 90% of the time I catch him live. I try. I do my best. Ryan Espy, Devin. It just goes down the list like that. So, and ARMTV is right under Devin. So
what about Facebook? Do you get a lot of your news from Facebook as well?
Absolutely. Facebook is huge.
So are you guys saying that I'm not missing anything by not being on a Facebook group?
Correct.
Or
yeah, I think so.
You're missing out on so much, dude. You don't even know, dude. That's where the party's at.
I don't have a Facebook, and I don't feel like I'm missing anything.
All right, wait. We are missing an entire chunk of the pie, Gary, that I don't even know if you know about. But Derek, you should talk about Reddit and Discord.
I was gonna get to Reddit. I was gonna get there.
My guys on Reddit dig, bro. Like, okay, they dig like Predeep Singh or whatever, arm wrestling noobs. They did like that. Like, my guys on Reddit will be posting tweets that a guy did from 4 months ago on a secondary account. Like, they know what arm wrestlers are doing. And so if you guys get a chance, if you guys are bored, go on Reddit and the subreddit Arm Wrestling. Have 4.4 thousand members on there right now talking about arm wrestling, and they post everything. Like it's all on there.
Okay, let's test Derek Smith. What is the most talked about subject in the last 3 days on Reddit? Can you tell us without looking?
I've had a very adventurous 3 days, Gary. I haven't been on Reddit very much. So honestly, I couldn't tell you. I haven't looked in like a day and a half.
Is there anyone in the group that does Reddit?
No.
I don't, but I have a question for Derek about it.
Shoot.
So it sounds like maybe you're answering Gary's question that Reddit might be the go-to. If everyone's posting YouTube content, Facebook posts, all that, if it's all going to Reddit, that might be a one-stop shop.
It's the thing it lacks. It's the content on there. There's not. It's all either new arm wrestlers or arm wrestling fans. There's not a lot of established arm wrestlers. I'm not gonna lie. So you're not gonna find Rob Bidget and them posting on there. But it is like Reddit's such a big website in and of itself that we get all the arm wrestling fans. Someone hosted a poll the other day on Reddit, and there was more fans than actual arm wrestlers on there. So
I was surprised by that.
Yeah, a lot of people that are just fans of the sport and stuff, and big fans of Michael Todd. So when Michael Todd posts a new video, it'll get shared like 3 times. I got to tell people to calm down, or Devin, all that stuff. So people are all over it, sharing all that stuff, but not a lot of actual arm wrestlers. So I invite more and more arm wrestlers to go on there and help share real knowledge with all the Redditors, and help me grow that up, because that's a huge place with a lot of traffic for sure. And then also the same thing with Discord. There's a couple Discords, but I started a Discord a while ago. For those of you guys that don't know Discord, it's like,
okay, hold on. Derek,
what?
tease the Discord. Hold on for 10 seconds. I was going to, Uncle John, I was going to tell you that I hoped at some point someone would bring a camera on and would just do some table stuff. And we got a guy. Who are you right here in the corner? Dom?
Yeah, Dom Blanchette.
Where are you from?
I'm from Quebec, Canada.
Oh, another Canadian.
He's working the Mazarenko ellipsoid handle.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
not the
I just
wrist
got that like maybe like a week ago. Yeah, because I used to do the posting stuff like with this thing here, but I was going like this.
Yeah.
You see? It just feels right with this thing in the hand for some reason.
See, flip it around and supinate with it. I use that.
Yeah, that's what I heard was the thing.
Love
yeah,
the
I heard that was the real purpose of this thing, like right.
That's what I use exclusively for supination now. I don't like it for top rolling at all, but I'll supinate with that thing all day. Feels good. You're gonna have to get the extra large one, Derek.
You know what I do for supination? I do bicep curls for supination, because your bicep curls supination.
Sometimes it gets boring, man. I gotta do something. I'm like a dog. I gotta stimulate myself somehow to get in.
Okay. This is perfect. I gotta interrupt. Okay, we're gonna come back to Discord. One second. Derek and Uncle John, are you guys our veterans here? Is there anyone that was around in 2010 besides these guys?
No,
Okay,
2012.
Okay, guys, the two of you. From the time I covered arm wrestling to the time I left, I never heard the word supinate.
Yeah.
No one ever said that word. And now I've been back 6 months. Everyone, all those technical terms, what changed? No one used to say supinate.
Yeah, they did. Gary, I learned that like first year in the sport.
No,
you
no
were
one
busy
says
filming. I was busy training. That's the difference.
When I interviewed people, they never said supinate. What's the other one?
Okay.
Pronate.
Pronation and supination.
No one ever
Gary.
said pronation back then.
Here it is. So I was not clear on the technical terms of arm wrestling until maybe 4 years ago. And the thing that really helped me, to be honest, was Ryan Bowen. Ryan Bowen started talking about a lot of different techniques, and he was the one at that point in time that was kind of most active. And, that's where, for me, all those things started coming up. And then I was like, supinate. And then I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. And then I started piecing things together. And as a community, we've gotten smarter. So now when you're 1 month into arm wrestling, if you're watching any arm wrestling content, you know what pronating is, you know what supinating is, you know what cupping is, you know what rising is, you know what back pressure is. It's all out there now. Whereas before, you had to have a person that already knew. There was no way to find out about pronation online.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's right. if you watch like Devin Larratt stuff, that's where most people start. Like right now, he's like the hottest thing, and he's so technical and so precise with his trainings that it just makes you like get all the information from one spot. You just go on his page, you learn everything you have to.
He's all right. I don't like Doritos though.
All right, Discord, Derek. What's Discord? Because I am like full. I used to run a Instagram account. I can't even do that. Once
Gary,
I started
Discord
doing
Discord's easy.
Discord is right now. That's the thing about Discord. It's a live chat room where people are live all day talking about arm wrestling 24/7. It's just a nonstop chat room with different rooms, like one room about training, one room about videos, one general discussion about arm wrestling, an off-topic one about random shit. But it's just a nonstop chat room of arm wrestling. So it's live. You don't wait for people to post and reply. It's like ding 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 ding. Ding.
Am I gonna get banned if I go in there and talk about ARMTV?
I'm the moderator. I'm the admin of that Android.
So
you might.
Careful.
So you might.
I got a question for Derek, Gary.
Yeah. Hey, dude. Hey, you don't have to ask me permission, bro.
Derek, so the crew that was up all night with John and Gary, how was what's the progress on your possibility of making a trip to Dubai?
I've been talking to Gary a little bit off camera and stuff. He's trying to get his opinion and stuff and mapping all this out. It's just a timing thing. I'm for sure going, and I know everybody keeps saying make sure you go before he comes back. I got that. I'm going for sure. I'm not going to take anybody's money. I'm 100% going to Dubai. It's just a timing thing because there's also some weird possibilities with going to Turkey. I'm trying to figure out about potentially going out there because I got invited by Engin Terzi to go train with him, and that's really close to Dubai. So I'm trying to look into possibly going to Turkey, training with Engin and doing some stuff over there, and then going to Dubai and getting content over there with Larry as well because they're right next to each other. So I'm just trying to map it all out, and with all the restrictions, travel restrictions and whatnot, that's just kind of slow right now. But yeah,
hey, Derek, I know you were talking about seeing if other people were going to Turkey, but if no one else goes, you should still go over there. I mean,
oh yeah, dude,
being able to hook up with Engin would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be the best. That'd be awesome.
But,
worried about Derek taking anybody's money, dude. Go somewhere and have a good time. Nobody cares where it's at.
Yeah, we were just trying to do something cool for my man.
You guys did the coolest stuff. So
I just thought that
I don't want to waste it.
How I picked the Dubai Larry Wheels, I just thought that was to help. If your goal is to, like, everyone's goal, we all dream we could just do arm wrestling all day, right? I mean, but like as a content provider, Derek, if that is your focus and you were to lay out, if the budget is $2,000 and we say, okay, what are 10 things Derek could do with $2,000 to accomplish his mission of going to taking his arm wrestling channel to the next level? I just felt like the Larry Wheels, the Dubai would be the most bang for your buck. Like you could go spend $2,000 on a fancy camera, but it's like, will your content will be overnight that much greater? Like, no. I mean, Devin Larratt gets massive views off a cell phone, right? Like you can get by on, so camera. So
I'm not Devin Larratt.
Yeah, I just told Uncle John, I was like, I just feel like this is the thing. But if Derek called me up and says, Zlotty's more important to me, I'd say go to Zlotty. But, I like
as an arm wrestler, like as me growing like as a competitor, then of course Zlotty be more. But as far as a YouTube creator, then yeah, Larry Wheels is way more important. Yeah. Dude, look at guys. So I don't know if any of you guys, hopefully you guys watched Talking the Talk with me, Gary, and Uncle John and Neil Pickup. If you guys did not, you would notice, or if you did, you'd notice how shitty my backdrop and setup is compared to theirs, how theirs is all professional and mine's horrible. So I went down.
Wait, hold on. Are you?
I'm starting to upgrade. I'm upgrading. I'm telling you, I'm ordering a backdrop. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna look cool like you guys. I'm gonna.
Derek Smith up in his game.
I'm trying. I can't. It's so bad, guys. I'm in my bedroom.
Just get some posters. Just stick up some posters.
I know.
Hey, P.S. We have a super chat from Roger Cunningham, $10 to say Derek Smith is weak.
Okay. I got a question about Roger Cunningham. He's the funny guy who was on the other night, New Year's Eve, with the girl. They were making out. What is his story? Is he a great arm wrestler? Is he just a funny dude?
Dude, Roger is a fantastic drunk arm wrestler. He actually is really, really strong. He's tall. He's like 6'6".
Yeah, he's big.
And
6'6".
Yeah, he's really tall and lanky, but he presses with his shoulder, and he's beaten some top guys. I forget, he beat help me, the gigantic
Robert
Bishop. Robert Bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat Robert Bishop at a
Bishop,
tournament.
dude. That's huge.
Yeah,
Dude,
and
I would
so
need
he
4
definitely
hands to beat Robert Bishop and still probably not beat Robert Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Roger definitely has a lot of power. I mean, I would walk through him like it wouldn't be hard at all, but he definitely can hold up some people for sure.
I have a question for you, Derek. So I have some money I want to spend. I want to do my my ROTN format. I don't know if you paid attention, but I want to do it at, like, let's say your practice, but I want you to be in it to do a king of the table. Would you be interested if I paid like first, second, third?
Wait, you want to turn my practice into an ROTN?
That's what I'm doing right now for testing.
Yeah, man. Whatever you want to do, Gary. Let me know.
Well, you were live broadcasting it, so you could live broadcast it to your channel. And then, oh, Roger, I did meet you in Chicago. I keep forgetting that. I don't remember you being 6'6", though.
Well, he's tall and lanky. I don't know how tall he is. He's up there.
I did meet Hey, Roger, no disrespect. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. But I can't. He was a good arm. Oh, yeah, he did do good. He did arm wrestle good. Oh.
Hey,
Oh,
you
okay,
only
it's
know
all
you
coming.
made it, Gary. You know you made it when you get a phone call in the middle of the night from Roger hammered drunk, because it seems like he does that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So when you start getting phone calls from Roger in the middle of the night, you know you made it. You know you made it.
Roger, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh, Roger says he's got another girl here.
Hey.
Oh man, this guy's a player. Okay, so don't go anywhere. Because I want to talk to you. I mean, one of your practices, tell your guys I want to do a king of the table. Basically, the heaviest guy stays at the table. You know the format, right?
Right.
And we'll go, I don't know, let's say 3. You got to go. How many guys were at your practice?
I always have a minimum of 20, depending up to 35.
Perfect. 20 is perfect. 20 is perfect. And we got to go through like 2 or 3 rounds. The guy with the most wins is first. The guy with the second most wins. Second. Guess what?
What?
Big news. I got a message from Tom Boyden of Tom and Juji. He said
nice.
he'd be interested in doing a podcast, getting some of his story. I said, no disrespect to Juji, but I'm kind of interested as a creator. I'm interested in your story. Like,
Dude, Tom's the man. Tom's
cool, man.
Tom's great.
Yeah. So I was like, I hope you don't mind that I'm not like inviting both of you, but I kind of want the man behind the camera. I want to get, so he said he'd be interested. So stay tuned and I'll talk to you more at a later date. Hey, anyone else out there want to join us? Oh, I missed somebody. Oh, we lost Dom.
I'm about to sign out. I gotta go to the gym.
Okay. One more question.
What's up?
Where do you get, how much do you dedicate to keeping up to arm wrestling news throughout the week? Like,
it just never stops, Gary. It's kind of sad.
Derek,
It's
before
like, I wake up in the morning, I roll over, turn the phone on, run through Facebook, go take a shit, watch a current YouTube video, go to work, and on break I'm watching YouTube stuff. At the gym I'm on the treadmill, I'm watching some kind of video with my headphones in all day. Now that I'm doing like the online lessons and I'm like, it's like my life. It's like all I do. So I don't know, all the time.
So back to, if you got to go, we'll talk to you later, Derek. We love you. Uncle John.
Yeah.
You're saying that all the cool shit is, basically on Facebook. So it's customized to your experience, to what is going on Facebook.
So it's very difficult to have a clear picture of what's going on in the arm wrestling community unless you're very connected on Facebook. You will be able to get, pieces of the spider web by, watching ARMTV, watching Uncle John, watching Devin, watching Derek, watching everybody. But to really get like the weirdness of it and how, you know, interesting people are and how goofy people can be, you kind of have to see these things bubble up, because they'll start with one person making a comment and then somebody else will swoop in, and then Engen will guaranteed be fighting someone at some point. And, you know, and it's all this weirdness, which I love, but to really truly get it, you just got to start acquiring Facebook arm wrestling friends. And that's where it's at.
John, I have a question for you about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you find you still have to do a lot of digging? Like, I think on Facebook, I am on every arm wrestling page. I'm friends with every arm wrestler. I try and keep up to date as much as I can. But I see the same, 25 people posting stuff only, unless I'm searching out other people, because Facebook caters to what you look at the most or whatever. So if I look at your stuff a whole bunch this month, you're all I'm going to see for the next 3 months, unless I dig and look elsewhere. Do you find that, or am I doing something wrong, or what's your take on that?
I don't know, to be honest. I feel like I get a pretty good cross section, and I don't know why. What I do is if I see, so there's kind of like power conductors on Facebook. So a guy like Engen is a power conductor, right?
Yep.
Regardless of what you think about Engen, when Engen puts a post up, there's always like 100 comments underneath it, because it's some kind of question or a debate. And then that's where I always go, because I know there's shenanigans afoot in those comments, right? Tom Nelson's going to say something, Herman Stevens going to say something, you know, and then that's where all these little offshoots happen. And that's what I really find valuable. Like, you can always go to the discussion board, the training board, and see, you know, the videos, but it's the actual conversations, I think, is the core of the arm wrestling web.
Yeah, and I think probably the real gritty news is in those comment sections. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned Herman. I scroll through, and when I see 200 comments on something, I'll scroll to where he's talking, and then I know I'm getting the good stuff.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Hey, John, you know what up and coming place is going to be when Devin finally launches a social media aspect of ARMBet. Yes. That's when the shit's going to crack off.
I would love for everything to transition to ARMBet. I would be totally fine with that. Other than like ARMBet and YouTube, and, you know, whatever. If we could move away, like Facebook is just, I don't think it's the optimal way to be doing things, because it is so scattered. And if I, probably one of the 99th percentile of people who are following arm wrestling to the extreme, if I have trouble finding things out, then what is a new person's chance? Like, not good.
And it probably wouldn't hurt to have one spot to go.
Yeah.
Like, for example, on Facebook, I'm tempted to delete half of my family just so I can see more arm wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
I think about starting up a new site called northeastboard.com. And what it's going to be, it's just going to be a bunch of comments. And then everybody can just comment on there. We can all talk on there. What do you guys think?
Listen. You can still find the board. I talked to Kurt Howgate. The conversations are stuck in a what's the movie Caveman where he's frozen in ice?
Encino Man?
Encino Man.
Yep.
The conversations are stuck in Encino Man style. You can go relive all those moments.
Gary, listen to me for a second. All of this content being scattered is actually positive. Now think about this. In a year where there's been 0 events, hardly any arm wrestling, the sport has managed to gain popularity. Okay? And the reason is because it's on everything. If you condense it to where people are just going to one spot, you're going to miss gaining those guys that don't have that specific format. You're adding fans.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Listen,
it's a really good point.
Arm wrestling is the only sport that could manage. It's a phenomenon through YouTube, Facebook, you name it, Reddit, Discord. All of the different social media has jumped all over arm wrestling, and it's shot the sport up in a year where there's been basically nothing. And to condense that down, you're going to miss picking up some of those people that just happen to scroll through on the format that they happen to have. So I disagree. I don't think condensing it is the answer. I think that is actually just would hurt you at the end of the day.
Hold on. Condottiero says, no, we must violently centralize all content.
No, absolutely not.
I think arm wrestling's gotten bigger this year. I know it sounds kind of funny to say, but because of COVID, like so many people had turned into not being able to do what they wanted to do. But guess what you can do in your own garage, or guess what you can do with a buddy or two in your garage and have anything. You can arm wrestle. Like I'm a golfer, and I was going to try and do a lot of professional stuff this year, and everything I was going to try and get into got canceled over a month and a half period. And I was like, okay, well, my brother got into arm wrestling. He had met Jody Williams. And so I went over there on, I think it was beginning of February this year, and I just stuck with it. And if COVID didn't happen, I wouldn't even be into arm wrestling now. I mean, I might be into it, but I'd still be hardcore golfing.
Yeah.
But I don't
know that back to what I was saying though. People are stuck at home. They're on their phone, computer now more than ever. They're scrolling through all these different social media applications. The sport is managed to take off without any events, and it's due to all this content. I mean, Gary and John and Neil and all these guys have taken off, and the arm wrestling discussion boards are hitting every day. I mean,
and Derek,
I agree.
It is a phenomenon because, like I said, I don't think basketball, baseball, football, I don't think any other sport shuts down for a year and gains popularity. It's
okay, but pause. You brought up a great point, but I want to segue into arm wrestling events. I get what you're saying. It's good to have it decentralized, blah, blah, blah. But where do I go to find a master list of arm wrestling events?
That's tough.
Ooh, that's hard. That's hard pressed, Gary. That hasn't been done yet.
I mean,
so you need to create a Facebook page, Gary, and make your own. You can create a Facebook page yourself. Make an ARMTV Facebook page.
I have an ARMTV Facebook page. I don't have time to manage that shit.
I know over here you'll just have, because I'm in the Northwest, like most guys from Washington, Oregon, like Little California, Idaho will usually keep in touch. Like Jody keeps in touch with most of those guys. So I'm going to know. I know I'm going to know what's going to be coming up within a couple of months, but like I don't know what's outside. I don't know what's outside that unless I'm watching you guys, unless I'm watching ARMTV or Uncle John, or besides that, I wouldn't know.
Okay, we're getting blasted with people. People are entering the waiting room, and I'm scared to add them because all of a sudden
we already have 9, right? We already got 9. We probably don't
I'm leaving.
Go above
I'm
9.
leaving. I gotta go. I love you guys to death.
See you, Derek.
See you, Derek.
See you, Derek.
Hi, Derek.
So I just saw a couple events, Brewskis, and I saw another event in Missouri. And it's like, where are those being posted? Do I have to just hope those are shared on Facebook?
More or less.
Or
I think
YouTube.
YouTube, maybe Facebook probably is number 1 still.
Yeah.
But it's really localized, right? So I wouldn't expect anyone outside of Atlantic Canada to know anything about Nova Scotia tournaments. You know, we do have a website. There's like a Nova Scotia website which lists the tournaments that we've had and we're going to have. But it is something that would be interesting to address and try to get a better way of disseminating that information.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest things we lost from the Northeast board was the events section where everybody posted regardless of where they were. You would know what was going on in Atlantic Canada at all times or wherever.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then when they post content that doesn't match, they boot them like they did Gary.
Yeah.
So you don't follow the discussion board that much, Uncle John?
Well, the discussion board has every once in a while has some good stuff, but it is getting to a point where that's probably going to have to be more harshly moderated as well. I mean, depending on what they want, because a lot of it for me is like just memes. It's just memes and funny little limerick quotes and, you know, that type of stuff, which that's fine. That's cool. If it grabs my eye and makes me laugh, that's fine. But that's not really what I'm looking for.
Well, that's not arm wrestling discussion.
It's a bunch of hypotheticals too, Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bunch of Gary Roberts versus Uncle John 6 rounds. Who wins? I mean, it's the same thing over and over
And
every
it
day.
repeats. That's the thing. It repeats over and over. So Levin versus Michael gets brought up like 147 times every weekly cycle.
Led got beat to death there for a month.
Yeah. And so for a guy like me, who I see, like if I see one question arm wrestling discussion, I also see it everywhere else. And people are also messaging me saying, what do you think about this? And by the time one day of it is elapsed, I'm just like, oh my God, I don't care anymore. It's over with. It's done with. And then I just kind of lose interest, to tell you the truth.
John, what
Is
do you
that
think?
the price we pay for getting what we want? We want more people coming to the sport. Is that the price we're paying? Is that a brand new guy? Like when I first got into it, I was super enthusiastic about seeing Dennis versus Devin. And that, you know, that's what every new guy at that time wanted to see. And it was probably, had there been all the Facebook and YouTube stuff that there is now, it probably would have been the same issue as Levin and Todd.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that we need people in the community who are always willing to answer those questions. But I am damn sure not that guy. But I appreciate whoever it ends up being, because it's a hard job to do, but it is necessary, because a lot of our problem too is that people will go in, they'll ask an innocent question about, like if somebody throws out Levin and Michael now, today, they're probably going to get dumped on pretty hard because it's been answered so many times. But that's also a problem, because if we go hard on all these new people, then they're going to be like, well, arm wrestlers are dicks, so why would I want to be in this sport? So it's kind of a thing, and somebody needs to deal with it. That somebody just is not me.
Yeah.
Has Michael Todd's been in Dubai? Uncle John, would we be spoiling any of your upcoming content if we asked you what your thoughts are so far, or what?
On Michael in Dubai? Nope. So Michael in Dubai has been, pretty fun so far. I want Derek to get out there sooner than later so they can have a little bit of variation. I love Michael, but I don't know if I want to see Michael every single day.
He's gained ground as far as fans go, though. I mean, that guy a couple years.
Sorry, say that again.
Michael's managed to gain a lot of fans by going to YouTube that weren't fans before. I mean, that guy was pretty hated for, of course, the Kings move. Everybody's going to go there. But Michael's picked up a lot of people. He's good personality, and him and his wife put together pretty good content.
Yeah, I mean, it's good stuff. He's doing what he needs to do. I think his channel is going to have, a big boom, obviously, from doing all this stuff, and more power to him. I love everything he's doing. But it's kind of like, for me, I know what I'm going to see. All I have to do is see the thumbnail, and it's Michael, and he's going to lift what were they doing yesterday? Like farmer's carries or whatever it was. I know that what I'm going to see is pretty impressive. Larry's going to do more, and they're going to talk about how Michael can't fully extend his arms. And that's what the video is, right? And so I'm kind of like, okay, that's cool. But I've seen that like 175,000 times already. So I probably won't watch that one.
So I was at Michael's house, and I don't think I fully realized the extent of the damage in his arm. And I have video where he says, I can't do this. He said he can't touch his face like this.
Michael Todd said that?
Yeah. I was like, what? Yeah. And he goes and his arm locks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're joking, right? And he's like, no, and I don't know if he's demoed that, but I cannot get that image out of my mind that he can't scratch his face without going with leaning forward.
That's the other way. I didn't know he had a lock this way.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it's both ways, bro.
I had no idea it was both ways.
It's both. It locks that way too. Like he can't scratch his head if his. That's what he did back in 2008. I mean, maybe it's changed, But I'll never forget that visual. He's like, bam, can't touch my face. Bam. Do you guys have any favorite videos you've watched, let's say this year? The best video or best content of YouTube or anything that stands out for you guys that's awesome?
Oh, I got one. I really liked Devin's video where he dressed up like Michael. And he came out from under the
I was
table.
gonna say the exact
You know what I
same
mean?
thing.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
That was funny. That was one of the better Devin videos in a while, I would say.
Best video on YouTube.
Yeah.
I thought one thing better than that was Michael Todd mentioned that in his video and followed it up a few minutes later by saying, "You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah. I love. Oh, that was the other thing about Devin. I love that he was able. He did those Michael cues, like, you know what I'm saying, like, so, like, it was so good. I didn't realize he's. I mean, I've known he's funny, but that was really good cleverness on Devin Laird. How many videos does Devin Laird put out a week?
What do you think? 2 to 3?
Yeah,
I was gonna say 2 to 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they could be like 3 minutes long, and it's just his cell phone, and it's just like one lift. Like, so earlier today he did the multi-spinner or the spinner and did 100 reps with like 125 pounds. It lasted 2 minutes, and that was it.
Yeah.
But it's not like Uncle John where he's
goes nuts.
Yeah, it's not like Uncle John where he's sitting here putting like a whole thing together like every day or two.
Right.
Jody Williams is in the chat. Jody, can I take your man, Christian?
Jody!
He says he's got to
No.
He says he's got to get back to work. Guys in the chat, I think we have 73 people watching. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, stand by.
Oh.
Stand by. Are you there? Oh, he hasn't connected yet. So
Hey,
Uncle John.
One of those 73 people is the legend, the man, Cobra Rhodes. Can you believe that?
Cobra nut. What's
Cobra, join us. Hey, Nola.
What's up, you junkies?
Hey, how many hours did you do on New Year's Eve with us?
Oh man, we rolled from like 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. You end up leaving me with a bunch of like Ukrainians.
What do you mean? I was right here, bro.
It was awesome, man. It was awesome. I'm glad you hit the goal. That's great.
Yeah, we did it. Hey, Uncle John, how much time are you gonna hang out with us? You're not committed.
For whatever. Yeah, I don't have any time limits tonight.
Okay. Hey, Nola, can you and Uncle John keep the conversation flowing while I gotta go check on my baby.
Check on the baby.
Okay, I'll be back. Here's the concept, guys. I said at the beginning of the hour, an hour ago, but I envision doing this where I don't necessarily have to be here. Like I'm donating all the super chats to Uncle John tonight because he came on. I want him to be the host of the hour or two. Nola, you'd be a perfect guest. Anyone else you guys think you'd like to do this? I'd like to do this a couple times a week where I'm not necessarily here, but people are keeping the conversation flowing. So Nola, tell this group of dudes who you are. I'll be right back.
Well, yeah, man. Hey, if you've heard any cool or funny, if you thought they were even terrible arm wrestling songs on maybe Devin's channel or maybe Gary's intro to Beauty and the Beast, that all came from me. So if you have any requests of funny or interesting songs, if you have any ideas that you just don't know how to put into your own way, send them to me. I'll gladly take a look at them and we can do it together.
Nice.
None of them have been terrible. They've all been great.
Hilarious.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's awesome. That's really refreshing to hear, because you get to read. Well, the whole gist of it was in the beginning, and a lot of people don't know this. In the beginning, I was so new to recording music that it was terrible, right? And I sent it to Devin, and a lot of the comments was just filled with oh my God, is that Devin singing? The singer's terrible, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, oh no, what did I do? Well, anyway, going forward, after learning how to record properly, it's better to leave them listening like shit, because then you get more comments in the thread, and it's even better. It's better for the person who posts it. So it's less work for me and better for the person who posts it.
Yeah,
No, man. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you go first.
Okay, a couple things. We do got a couple new super chats that came in. Mizelle Jador, my main man from Newfoundland, $6.99. Thank you very much. And Joe Woodland says, Uncle John, get Chuck Young on the show. He's freaking awesome. Oh, I can talk about Chuck Young for a while. Maybe we'll talk about Chuck Young a little bit later. But Nola, just for as soon as I wasn't really aware of you until Hey Now. Was that like your first like big one, would you say?
No, there's I wouldn't say that's the biggest one. The biggest one is on Devin's channel, and it's called Reflections While Shearing. And now it's basically him just shaving his head to the song, right? But that one's got close to 500,000 views.
Wow.
And that blows my mind. We talked about that the other day, him and I. And it's incredible because that's the first time he really kind of put out something involving his history with the military, like kind of right in the beginning, and the thread section blew up after that. And ever since then, it's always been kind of touchy about it. So at least we got to see just a little bit of his backstory.
So tell me, like, how do you, as a person who can do this, come to the arm wrestling community? Were you arm wrestling, but you had this as like a side thing, or how did it work out?
No way, man. No chance. 9 out of 10 stories end up the exact same way. Oh man, I end up watching this documentary.
Yeah.
All right. Am I right? I'm right. And the same thing happened to me. I ended up watching the documentary, and I was like, man, who's this? What is this? I need some t-shirts. What is it? Pound for pound? I was like, oh yeah. Oh, here's my guy, right? So I found Ryan, and I ended up buying some shirts from him, and I was like, oh, he's got to know Devin. So I had a parody song called My Paradise, and it was to Creed's My Sacrifice.
Oh God.
And he was right before Devin faced Dave Chafee, and he was like talking smack about Canada and being unsportsmanlike. And that was the first one that really took off. So I sent it to Ryan, and he was like, Devin, you got to check this out. So later that night, Devin hit me up, and he was like, dude, send me everything you have.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
So that's amazing. So you just kind of got pulled into this madness of a world just like that.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't have any social media. I have no interest in following anything. If people text me I started an ARMBet club, right? Everything was from ARMBet. Everybody that's in there is from ARMBet. So anybody that mentions anything in our club saying, hey, we got a tournament coming up or anything like that, they just tell me. I really don't follow arm wrestling that closely, but in order to get the inside jokes and the puns and everything like that, I got to kind of catch up. And
well, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, how does this guy get all this stuff? Because like the way you compare and contrast different things, like I'm thinking about Hey Now. But like the way you did that, I was like, well, this guy obviously needs to know something.
Whoa. Does everybody even know what that is? If you haven't checked it out, it's on Devin's channel. I think it's called Hey Now ARMBet.
Yeah.
It's an ARMBet update.
Hey Now you're on ARMBet. Yeah.
Yeah. But check
Please
that out if you haven't.
You'll be happy.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I try to name as many people as I could, and I think I got over 30. You're in there.
Yeah, I was in there.
I threw you in there. Don't you worry.
That was the coolest thing ever, man.
Yeah, man. It takes. I mean, that took about 20 minutes to come up with that.
Wow, that's impressive. Mm-hmm. That's impressive. So, are you currently working on anything for anyone, or is there anything else bubbling up for you in the arm wrestling?
Since Gary's not in the chat right now, this is Gary's other arm wrestling show, I was gonna make another one for him, but he won't even know it's happening because he's not here to listen to it. So
nice.
I'll just end up surprising him maybe within the next week.
That'll be cool. That'll be very. So how can like a guy like me, like I might be interested in like a theme song or something like that. How do I go about finding you and getting your services?
yeah, just hit up Gary, or if you know Travis or Devin or Gary, just hit one of them up, and they'll be able to.
So you're like under the radar. There's no website. There's no place you go to put in.
Oh no, man! Incognito. No limits is nowhere.
Nice. Wait, did you have a question there, Mr. Green?
I was just gonna ask you and Gary, but I guess mainly you two. Would be, what do you use for your video editing?
So the first year that I was doing video, so up until like August of this year, I had nothing but my iPhone. That's
I figured your iPhone, but then you still could download that video onto your PC, and then what do you use to then make your production?
Before, I edited everything on the phone too.
Holy crap!
Editing thing. Luckily, I bought a brand new, as expensive as they come, iMac this year, and that iMac has Final Cut Pro X. And that has changed everything. The ability to edit on like a 27-inch screen instead of like a 5-inch screen, like everything is better, everything is clearer, everything's more concise, the whole 9 yards. So that has helped me. And then I also just got a new camera as well, which is the next thing. So I don't have to deal with my phone. Like phones are great. You can do a lot with a phone, but the camera just looks so much better.
What did you get, the E50 Canon or something like that?
M50, yeah, I got the
M50,
which is like the classic, the new of the last 2 years, the most popular YouTube camera. You put a fancy lens on it, and now I get the depth of field, and I can shoot in dark areas a lot better than I could before. And I don't have all that.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning. It's a slow learning process. I have no background in video, no background in editing, nothing. So it's like, okay, YouTube, please teach me how to do something. Yeah. Because that's that.
What app did you use?
What's that?
What app did you use?
On my phone?
On your phone. Yeah.
I still have it. It's a pay app. You do have to pay for it, but it is called Viva Video.
Viva.
And it's decent. And it allows you to upload to YouTube right from your phone. So it is really convenient. It's like $25 for a year. So it's like, $2 a month. And for me, when I was making, 8 videos a month, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good deal.
Okay, thank you. That's awesome.
Let's see. What do we got going on in the chat over here? We still got 60 people watching. A lot of people were talking about Jeff Hale. I want to know where Jeff Hale is. I don't know. I haven't seen Jeff in a while. He was on a couple shows. I don't think he did an ARMTV show, but he did a couple other shows. But now I haven't seen him in a bit either.
He'd be so good on ARMTV.
What's that?
He would be so good for ARMTV.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So I do have a person that I want to. Oh, no, I don't. Sorry, Cobra. I just saw your name and then it disappeared. If you want to come in, let me know. Come on back, and we'll get it done. What do you got, Nola?
I got a question for you, John.
Yeah.
If there was one person that could dethrone Devin as the king of arm wrestling on YouTube,
yeah, who
would have the best chance at that?
Look,
and I'll give you my opinion after.
All right, so incredibly difficult. What does a person need to dethrone Devin as like the #1 active arm wrestler on YouTube? 2 main things. One, you've got to be freaking amazing at arm wrestling. I think that Devin's legend is highly dependent on how good of an arm wrestler he is, which whether you can argue me all you want, but it is high. It is elite. It is one of the greats of all time, in my opinion. #2, but there are people that are there. Unfortunately, most of those people do not have the personality. They do not have the personality.
Wait, I'm sorry. Well, who did you say? My wife brought me dinner.
I didn't say anyone yet.
Okay.
So for me,
Jason Morello.
And then, Jason Morello. Jason, just turn off your audio there, and then we'll.
Yes, I'm doing it right now. What's up, gents?
Doing well. We're just wrapping up a little conversation here about who could take over for Devin Larratt? Like, who could supersede
Who
Devin?
can dethrone the king?
Now,
But what about Alex and Schoolboy?
no,
not
even
Well,
close.
what I'm asking is, what is the definition of king? Because by numbers, like, they're killing it, obviously, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
For me, it's a good question. For me, it is a combination, and it's completely subjective, like 100% subjective. But let me just say this right now, guys. I'm going to admit someone who I think could possibly do it. I think that this person who's coming to the chat could potentially be the man. Let's see if he can get connected. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give to you the man,
Cobra,
the pimp, Cobra Rhodes.
What's good with you?
What's up, Cobra?
Slow motion, brother. I don't know this, all this funkiness. Can you see the pimp?
Legend.
Oh, we see the pimp, Cobra.
Okay, good to see y'all. Howdy, happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year.
Keep it on slow motion. You know what I'm saying? Make them suffer a little bit. Don't be in a hurry to win. Handle your business. You know what I'm saying? Keep them right there. Keep them right there. Don't let them go nowhere. You understand me?
Yes,
I think I understand very clearly.
Cobra is not currently the king of YouTube, but he's the king of technical pimpology.
Technical pimpology has no other. There is no other.
Ask around.
Right? I'm telling you.
Right,
I'm
so
telling
John,
you.
they have to be a top 10 arm wrestler.
Welcome back, Gary.
Number one qualification.
That's the number one. Gary, let me catch you up real quick. Are you listening? Are you here?
You can see me?
I can see you. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary.
I don't see me.
Yeah. My man, Gary Roberts. What a stud.
How do you put me back? I hid myself.
How did you hide yourself? Oh, am I the host now? And then I'm
the
in
host.
charge of all that
You gotta
stuff?
unhide me.
Is that a Pinot?
How do
Yeah,
I?
Or a cab?
It's a cat. This is a Chateau Lafitte, 1987 Chateau Lafitte.
All right. Well, if you ever come to Oregon, we have some pretty good cabs. So.
Yeah, your Pinots. Yeah, the soil is perfect for those Pinot Noirs, bro.
Well, yeah, Pinots. Yeah.
Yeah. Always have.
Hey, welcome.
Oh, Gary,
welcome.
Bang!
Ready,
Bang! Bang!
We are entering chaos mode with 10 participants in the video.
Who's in
You
here?
think? Yeah. Okay. You think 10 is too many?
It's Uncle John. Uncle John's the man.
All right. Christian and Billy and Nathan. You guys have been on the longest, so we're gonna say goodnight to you guys.
Yeah. Good night.
Thanks for stopping in, boys.
Hey,
Thanks.
Oregon. I'll holler at
Peace
you.
out.
Do a
Yeah.
shout out to Jody.
We gotta make that match.
You come hang out with us. Yeah, let Jody know. See you, Cobra.
Peace.
Have a good one, guys. Peace.
All right. By the way, I did want to introduce a few people who came in just recently here. Of course, we have Cobra Rhodes, and but not to neglect a man of power in the United States right now, a man who is charging up the rankings as quickly as he can. Jason Merlot, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, John? Thank you for that.
Well, I was upset because I knew you came on for New Year's, but I was not there.
I know. I came on early in the morning. I know you were taking your nap.
I know. I had to take a break. So thanks for being here, man. We also have the Aussie arm wrestler himself, Jake Ward.
Hey, yes. Finally getting on here, guys. Always happy to jump in one of these ones. Shout out to everyone that's on there. Nola, we had a chat on New Year's. Evan, it'll be good to have a chat with you and get to meet you. And Jason, it's good to see you, man. And if I've done correctly, you have recently subscribed to the channel, so I do appreciate that. And whenever I get to see the pimp arm wrestler himself, Cobra Rhodes, you know I'm going to get excited. You know I'm going to be up and about here in Australia.
Oh, my
because it's the man himself. Always love it, guys. Always love being here. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Beauty.
I love the energy.
Always up and about, Gary. Always up and about. It is 1:37 p.m. here in Australia. just finished an honest day work doing absolutely nothing at my job, and then was told, get down here, come have a chat with some absolute legends, and I reckon I have come on peak time. Even another champion has jumped on.
Artem, is your sound turned down?
I think so.
Okay, you were listening to the stream. All right. Okay. Hey, I got an announcement to make. Important people. This is so awesome. This is so awesome. I'm so excited. Okay, so Artem, welcome. We're gonna introduce you in a second. But specifically Ozzy, Jason, and my man No Limits, check it out. So I kind of messaged you guys a little bit. Artem, you're welcome to be involved here. I want a way to do, like tonight, we're starting with one night. I want a way to do a live stream with other people hosting, but then I'm not working. Like I just went to go talk to my wife. She's like, why are you working? I was like, I'm training my people. I'm training my people. So here's the deal. If you're willing to be the host for an hour or 2 hours, it's up to you. You get the 70% of the super chats. I give that to you, and you just help invite people into the show, keep a conversation going. I kind of envision you start off 5 to 10 minutes. You let people know kind of here's some big things going on in the sport. Will give my ideas, but of course I'd love to hear what you have to say. I envision listening to the old radio shows in the 80s, 90s, even 2000s. We're like, let's go to caller number 1. Hey, caller number 1, what do you think's going on at the Capitol? No, just kidding. We're not going there. We're gonna go.
Going back in time.
Anyways, I love it that you guys are all here, but I want a way to create a 4-hour block of discussion within the community.
Look, I mean, hi.
A discussion within the community that isn't dependent on Gary Roberts being involved. So with that said,
Artem. Как дела, братан?
Hey,
Хорошо.
Who's Cobra talking to?
Me. Zatkini, starý kazor. Gary.
Oh, I didn't understand.
Artem, I'm talking to my brother Artem.
Okay. Artem, welcome to ARMTV. Tell us, I know everyone knows who you are, but if I were to meet you on the street and say, who are you? How would you describe yourself in like 5 minutes?
Ooh, I'm way too high for this right now.
He high as giraffe pussy. That boy.
I'll say I'm the most incredible Russian you ever met.
The most incredible Russian.
He's the only Russian, then that's probably true.
He's a stud, though.
So
Ivan Drago's pretty cool.
You guys know we got this weirdo camera guy thing going on, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, should I be allowed 2 hands in this event?
There's Joey Parsons.
Oh, your buddy, Gary. Buddy.
Oh, has been. Hashtag has been. Joey.
Are you talking about me again, Gary? You talking about me again?
Joey
Parsons.
My dude, listen. Beat that ass. Best out of 5. Hey, in all seriousness, is this guy an arm wrestler, Joey?
Gary.
No.
You don't want the smoke, my dude.
Damn it, boy.
You arm wrestler?
You don't want the smoke, Gary.
Damn it, boy.
You don't want the smoke.
They look like
Gary.
arms, but only smaller.
Stay on the headphones, my dude. Stay on the headphones.
I know. I'm a has-been.
Hey,
Check.
Sometimes
Has been.
Sometimes you got to be put in your place. We're all men.
My vaporizer. There it is.
Okay. Okay. Pause for a second. Evan, we spoke to you. Ozzy, what's your take? What's been going on in arm wrestling the last couple of days that's hot?
It's hot. Always been talking to everyone's favorite person, Ryan Bowen. He's come out You know, he's publicly said he wouldn't mind being number one in the world, and he also says if he got to choose, he'd love to put $5,000 up and have a go at RVJ. So I love anyone that aims for the stars. I think that is fantastic. You can love him or hate him, but it is definitely interesting. I'm hearing rumors that RVJ's retired as well. So
wait, what?
Yeah, these are rumors. I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true, but there's been a little bit of spark on the interwebs going on that RVJ's just had enough at the moment. I don't believe too much of it, but something was thrown out there, so of course I'll definitely get excited.
Yeah, he's into the donut game. Yeah.
What do you think of that, Uncle John?
Well, I think there are multiple arm wrestlers right now who have maybe got a little too comfortable because they haven't had to perform at a high level because they just haven't, right? There's been no WAL. You know, RVJ was on Devin's channel just the other day, and he's like, yeah, I'm trying to get things back together now. I've been doing a little too much drinking, a little too much donut play. And, you know, you can see it. When you look at RVJ now compared to a year ago, you can see the difference, right?
Yeah.
So I think he's not alone. And I think there are a lot of guys that are probably like, okay, COVID may be, you know, coming to at least, you know, somewhat of an end in this year. I need to kick it in the ass because there's other guys who've been kicking it in the ass and they knew this was going to happen all along. So, you know, you put RVJ versus Dan Mosier right now. Ooh, Dan looks real ready, and RVJ
is always
real ready.
Dan is always ready, and I would be confident to say that Dan Mosier would probably beat RVJ at the moment. He's in a super match format. RVJ is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, and when you're the middleweight champ, you're the middleweight champ. But yeah, if even half of what he's saying is true, because I watched that video as well, Uncle John, you know, that he's let himself go. You know, he's had a bit too much time in the paddocks, put on a bit of timber. If they went right now, then Dan Mosier win.
Hey Cobra, I got a question. Go ahead, Cobra. Go ahead.
What did you have for dinner, mate?
Oh, the Vegemite sandwich for lunch.
Was it tasty?
Oh.
wait, Cobra. So
listen, I muted Artem because he was chatting.
All right, I'll be quiet. Sorry, guys.
He was chatting. Yeah, it's a little.
I'll be back. I gotta go, Chief.
Okay.
All right.
Jason Merlot.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
Not much. How you doing, Gary?
I'm just trying to rock this new concept where we involve the community.
Gary, you see there's getting a lot of interest, a lot of people jumping on and everything. I mean, this is for an on-the-fly thing, this is pretty good.
I think it's cool.
It is awesome.
Gary Roberts re-pioneering. You're a pioneer in multiple ages, multiple decades, Gary.
Maybe just a little bit, right?
You got the creativity.
It is cool though, because you're giving people an opportunity, Gary. If some people have sat there and gone, "Oh, I wouldn't mind starting my own podcast," or "I wouldn't mind getting involved in arm wrestling," you at the moment you're giving them a platform. We all, when we turn off the cameras, we all get looked at funny about talking about arm wrestling, and now you're providing all of us. Come in, let's have a chat about the sport that we love. Because we want to talk about it all day, but everyone looks at it funny. So I think this is fantastic. It gives an opportunity. I've been begging for my man Cobra Rhodes to come on the show, but our schedules haven't met up. So, you know, for someone like me, it was great to just have a quick chat with him, and he'll be back on. Because of this, Gary, I got to meet you and Uncle John on New Year's. Uncle John and I are catching up on the 21st. So get on the Uncle John show. That will be his most watched show ever. When the Ready Paying meets the Uncle, I've got to give that a plug. So I'm excited to have some one-on-one time with Uncle John. Because even getting to know each and every one, you find out that you love more things than just arm wrestling. Uncle John and I share a passion for the world of professional wrestling that will, even off topic, just have a chat. So what you're doing, Gary, is is fantastic, and I'm able to, you know, I wake up this morning and Jason subscribed to my channel. Now I'm able to thank Jason face to face because what you're doing here, Gary.
Wait, you just subscribed to Ozzy's channel?
Yeah, so I mean, I've heard a little bit about the, you know, his Aussie channel, and yeah, so now I finally made the leap, especially after New Year's.
Nice.
Well, awesome. So I just have to say real quick, Artem, if you are out there still listening, you were like opening some food, and I feel like some side conversation, and it was giving feedback. So I just muted for a second. But then I tried to unmute you, and it says ask to unmute. I don't know if you denied it or whatever, but if you left because I had you muted, apologies. You're welcome to come back. It's just there was food containers wrestling into the wrestling.
Might be on a different level right now.
Oh no! I don't know. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can you believe who we have in this chat right now? This is not a 1-time, not a 2-time, not a 5-time, not an 8-time, but a 10 to 12-time world arm wrestling champion. He's from Bourne Road at the Bourne House. Barry Bourne.
What's up? What's up, my brother?
Barry?
John, what's up? What's up, Mr. John? What's up, peeps? What's up, everybody?
What's up, Barry? Barry, since
Mr.
New
Gary
Year's,
Robert.
mate, Barry,
How
have
are
you
you
had a
doing, Mr.
chance
Robert?
to catch up with Evan Burgoyne since New Year's? You two had a real fun chat.
I'm gonna whoop his ass if he comes to Bourne Road. I'm gonna make him eat dog shit and
This
like
is
it.
why.
So Barry, we've set it up. You and Evan, let's just pretend that the match is tomorrow. It's a best of 5 super match. What's the score? What's the score?
Me 3-0 and him getting dog shit put in his mouth.
Barry Bourne said it first in a 5-round super match. He was 3-0.
Hold on. Evan, are you one of the guys who says we shouldn't give this dude the time of the day?
What's that? Say it again. Sorry.
Do you think we should give Barry Bourne a platform to speak?
Yeah, why not? I'm getting one.
You're okay?
Yeah, why not? I'm shaking my head at his prediction.
Barry
Hey,
Bourne.
Can I talk arm wrestling?
Yes.
Mr. Cobra Rhodes is an all-star.
What up, pimpin'? Listen.
Hey, sir.
Everybody tonight, no matter what, I mean, y'all can do it now, hold hands. But y'all need to bow your heads for my boy Randy Chamberlain. You heard me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I pray for him. I pray for him, Mr. Rhodes. Mr. Rhodes, all-star. Mr. Cobra Rhodes is one of my idols. I love you, Mr. Cobra.
Well, that's very kind. I love all unconditionally, my brother. But listen,
Thank you, sir.
Don't worry about the pimp. Let's send some love to Randy.
Do you have an
I'll pray
update
for Mr.
for us,
Randy.
Cobra, about Randy? Do you have an update on how he's going or anything?
You got Canada right there. Talk to him, Uncle John. You the Mac.
Yeah, so Randy Chamberlain, for those who don't know, he's been arm wrestling for a few years. He's a guy from New Brunswick, so I've pulled with him a bunch of times.
Canadian champion.
He's a national champion just in his short time in the sport, and he had cancer a couple years ago. He beat it. It came back again. My understanding is that he beat it again, but his lungs.
Cancer.
Yeah, his lungs took a lot of punishment, and he's currently unable to really breathe on his own. And I don't have full understanding, but from what I've heard from different people on Facebook is that he was going to be going on life support today.
From himself, he posted that.
Yeah,
he posted that today.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so he's going out, and hopefully he can heal while he's out. So man, all power to
With God, all things is possible.
Yeah, great guy. Loves the sport. I hope to be able to pull with him for 40 more years. So Randy, good luck to
Let's
you.
raise a fundraiser. Let's do a fundraiser for him.
No, listen, old boy. All heads must bow, all tongues must confess. Ain't no money gonna save that man. It's love and the Heavenly Father. And
right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're right, Mr. Cobra. Yes,
it's
sir.
a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yes, sir.
Thanks
Yes,
for the
sir.
looking, Big Pimpin'.
Yes, sir.
I'll butt out now. Y'all go ahead, sing.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
He's right though. Cobra's right. We got to pray with God. All things is possible. With God, He's the ultimate healer, right, Mr. Rhodes? He is the blessing.
No matter who you believe in, Yahweh, Santa Claus, Buddha, however you get down, go to your higher power. I'm not here to relegate and sing who's who. Whatever your higher power is,
all right.
go that way.
Randy,
plenty of love.
That's arm wrestling talk, Gary.
All
Gary,
prayers.
that was arm wrestling talk.
All right, understood.
Don't get smacked in the mouth.
I run it real quick. I want because I haven't had a chance to talk to Nolan Mitz. What's new with you, Scooby Doo?
Hey man, what's going on? You know, I sent you something the other day. It may have been about Mr. Barry Bourne.
You sent me something on my text?
I sent you maybe a song, maybe about Barry Bourne.
On my email?
Yeah.
What? Hold on.
He got me a song, dog.
Hey, real quick, Barry Bourne. Some people are saying we should not give you a platform to gain credibility. What? I mean, are you? Yeah.
Hey man, fuck those people. You know, in the 80s, some people try to run me out the sport. Fuck those people.
Sir.
What they say.
Fuck them. That's right, Cobra. Fuck them. I say it too.
Lone Wolf 69. He says, Gary, come on, get that dickhead off your show.
They're haters. They're haters, Gary. They're haters because they're not us. Mr. Gary Roberts, you're an all-star. I
want to tell you something, Barry. The reason I'm allowing you on my show is because I'm allowing you to get clout because I'm going to bitch slap your ass so hard on the table. You're the only chance I have of crushing a world champion. So I'm going to crush. I've seen you arm wrestle. I'm going to take your shit. I'm going to stare at you. I'm going to say, I'm your landlord on Barry Bourne Road. Bam.
I will love it.
Bam.
Yes,
I'm going to take you. I'm going to John Brasink your shit on the outside. Then I'm going to come inside. Then I'm going to close you out like that. Lay on that bicep real tight like. That's why I'm allowing here because I'm going to take.
I love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Roberts. I can't wait. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take you down, bro.
I can't wait.
Oh, crushing.
By the way, we got another super chat from Nathan Moorhead, $4.99. He says, live
up, John?
fundraiser for him and his family. I'll be there.
What's up, Mr. John?
I'm doing well, Barry. Are you at the club tonight?
No, sir. I'm at my brother's house. My nephew. He works with me. He's an artist. He's artist. He's gonna make arm wrestling plaques, arm wrestling trophies. He's very gifted, and he's like a Raphael or Michelangelo. He's gifted with art.
Does he live on Bourne Road too?
So Barry, if he's making these arm wrestling trophies, is this where your 10 world champions come from? Because your brothers made them.
Very good point. Very good point, Oz.
So
repeat that.
Oh, sorry, Barry. I was just saying, is your brother making you these world championships?
No, he's making. I'm having 4 tournaments at my house a year, starting to end this year in December. I done said this.
I'll be there.
Yes, sir. What I'm gonna do is he's making the trophies for us. He's making a custom arm wrestling table for me. He's making all these trophies for every tournament. He's that gifted. And plaques.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, just wondered. I'll be keen to see what these trophies look like. That's awesome. Hopefully you get heaps of people turn up to your tournament, man. We need more competitions, and hopefully other people win.
It's just like I told Mr. Roberts. I'm trying to push it into the stratosphere because I've got the intelligence and the knowledge. I've been around the world to see what works and what don't. And I speak a lot of languages. All this is true. I do have 4 royal bloodlines: Indian, Greek, British. You understand what I'm saying?
Are these bloodlines or what you had for lunch?
My man.
He's the Bourne descendant.
Yeah. Born again.
I'm not lying. Everybody call me haters, but guess what? The main people that hate me the most is rednecks. My own race hates me.
Been
The other
there.
70% of the world loves me.
Cobra.
So 30% of the world are made up by rednecks.
Boy, the
No,
late 70s and early 80s
25
were
or
rough.
30% of white, but hey, my own race hates me. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think
Boy,
I
I don't
talk
have
like
that
a red?
problem. I don't have that problem.
But I do.
Okay,
back to the redneck part.
I have to interrupt for I have to interrupt for 1 second. Now that I all have you here. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is very important. Don't make me mute you, Barry Bourne. I'm gonna bitch slap you so bad. Oh my
Don't
god.
hurt me on national. Don't hurt me on your show, Mr. Roberts, please.
Okay. Pause for a second. We have a guy working out, arm gamble. I love it. So I've spoken to Aussie Arm Wrestler. I've spoken to Jason. I've spoken to Uncle John. Uncle John, you've already committed too much time. I would love to keep the streak going for like another hour.
Yeah.
But I have to cut out. But I'm gonna leave the stream on. I need someone to be in charge. Who wants to be in charge?
I'll do
I'll
it.
be in charge.
I gotta go.
Barry Bourne got it.
Okay, Aussie Arm Wrestler. We'll put you in charge. Have you done this before?
I've done it before.
Mate, I'll make it work.
Let Barry Bourne do it. Barry Bourne's got it.
Not a chance, Barry Bourne. When Aussie Arm Wrestler's on the floor, he's in charge.
You.
We got
Okay.
another $2 super chat from Jace. It says James is getting strong.
Okay, listen, everyone pause. So Uncle John, all the super chats up until now, 70% of those are yours. YouTube takes the 30% cut. Aussie Arm Wrestler, I'm going to make you the host. You can decide who can enter the show. Above the right-hand corner of their picture, you can say, put in waiting room, or you can mute them. So I'm going to make you the host.
Do, Gary, or am I getting booted?
You're in charge. No, you're staying. So I'm going to make you in charge for the next
I love
hour.
You, Cobra Rose.
Are you pimping the pimp, Gary? Are you pimping the pimp? Don't pimp the pimp.
I'm on a worldwide.
Aussie Arm Wrestler, super chats are yours. 70% of them, okay?
I'm on
No worries, mate.
Look at, what's happening? This is my brother. Hey, you want to say hi? Remember me telling you about my artist that's making all the plaques worldwide?
Yeah, the one that made you the world champions. Jump on.
Hey,
Put it under his
get
Christmas
your head
tree.
in here and say something. So shit. You gotta get there where they can see you. What's happening? Look, there's my nephew right there. Say something. So.
Your nephew or your brother?
That's my
Both.
my nephew.
Both.
Yeah.
Hey, what kind of question is that? Both.
Oh, shit.
Stick your head in there so they can see you, dog.
There's some weird stuff.
Hey,
Now,
there was Raphael right there. I'm at his house.
Oh, beautiful. A big pun is on mute. James, you are working out. James, jump in, put the weights down, have a chat. I've got no idea who you are. Talk to me, James Arm Gamble.
Yeah, James Gillenwater from Wichita, Kansas. Just went entered pro for the first time. Won a few amateur tournaments here in the state. But got my ass handed to me at the NatFit Midwest.
Who'd you get beat by?
Let's see. I think the only two names I remember are Luna and Stan.
Isaac Luna's pretty badass.
Yeah. And then Stan, the Russian guy. So.
All right.
What are you weighing in, James?
What's that?
Who do you
What are
train?
you weighing in?
I don't know. What am I training?
No, weighing.
Oh, weighing 160. Yeah.
Oh, lightweight. You don't have the air conditioning on in the background, do you? You might blow
Yeah,
away.
hold on
You're a
1
lightweight.
That's actually my mom's oxygen unit. Let me move it real quick. Hold on. Oh my gosh.
Is it what?
Can someone unmute Barry for me?
I think you got the mute capabilities there, Jake.
I can ask people to unmute.
Yeah. So Barry's got to unmute, and then Cobra's going to have to unmute as well.
Barry,
how's everybody doing?
I cannot stay much longer, but Barry, I have a song you're definitely going to want to hear. How would I get
wanna
this
hear
to
it.
you?
Send it to me. My phone number is 903-690-2695.
Barry, give me you have an email? I can send a file to you.
Worldchampion@gmail.com. Come on, Nola. How do you not know this already?
WOR.
Barry, get at me.
Hey, It's barryborn30@gmail.com. That's my Gmail.
Barryborn30@gmail.com. Send him that song, Nola. Send him that song. And then once you hop out, I've got my man Jim waiting patiently from the Church of Arm Wrestling podcast. I don't want to get too many people in there.
I appreciate it, Aussie. I would definitely write your song, but I don't know how to play the piano upside down.
I can sing rock and rap.
Take care, guys.
Hey, I sing rock
Take
and
care,
rap.
Nola.
Good to see you again, mate.
Du hast mich, nicht flau. That's German. That's
There we go.
Rammstein.
All right, let's get Jim's jumping in. Guys, jump in on the chats. Just get it all going.
Damn, I do
Let's
speak
talk
different
arm
languages.
wrestling. That's why I've jumped on. I'm sick of talking garbage. I want to talk some
Jimmy
arm
G.
wrestling. I want people to think who the next world champion is, who the standout. Get in the super chats and everything. Who is going to be the standout of 2021? I don't want to on the social media scene because we all know that's Uncle John. I'm talking about on the table. Who will be the standout? Jump in the comments. We'll start with you, Evan. If you had to put in your money on one person.
Jim, what's up, son? Jim.
All right, Jim, turn your goddamn stream off.
Yeah, there's reverb. That's like the guy that calls in the radio station that's got it cranked.
What is this, your first time doing a podcast, Jim, or what?
I didn't know I was on. I didn't know I was on there, but you guys. It said,
Jimmy,
hold on.
welcome. I will give you a proper introduction in a minute, my man, but I'm with Evan at the moment. Evan, who is your standout? Who is your guy?
In the lighter class, for sure, I think Jeff Hale's going to tear it up in 21.
Jeff Hale looks fantastic. He looks absolutely amazing at the moment. He doesn't even need filters. He looks that good. Even my dog has lost it because I've said Jeff Hale.
That guy's full of energy, I'll tell you that.
Nothing against WAL, but I really want to see Jeff Hale abroad.
You want to see him what?
Traveling abroad. Saudi, wherever. Moldova, whatever's going on, I want to see him there.
Who's talking?
Jason,
Evan.
who's your standout? Who's your standout?
What's up, GMG?
What's up, Pippin?
What's happening?
We'll say the hellos in a minute, Barry. We got to take control of this. Jason, talk to me. Your 2021 standout. Who is it going to be?
I think let's go. Let's continue on with the lightweight discussion. I have to go with Giannis. I think Giannis has been hungry for his matchup, and I think that was a lot of anticipation behind that. And yeah, I think it's Giannis. I think Giannis has something to say.
Giannis is a stud.
Yeah,
Giannis is a beast.
Yeah, beautiful. I like that. Giannis versus Jeff Hale. The winner can take on Sam Harris in the hammer match. I'm definitely down for that. That will work because Sam is the champion at the moment. We'll keep
Sam
moving
Harris
on.
is the champion of WoW?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
So now, Cobra,
good.
you have done it all. First of all, it is so good to actually speak to you in person and not through text messages. You know I'm a huge fan of what
Bang,
you do.
bang,
Now,
bang, bang, bang. Hey, you bang more than a porn star, kid. Listen.
That's right.
I'm so happy for that Sam Harris boy. He's from Ohio, not too far from here. I pulled him 20 times. He's a nice
Sam
kid.
Harris bad.
He's the world champion. Oh, goody, goody gumdrops. That's good.
Who's your man besides you, Cobra? Besides you, because we all know you. Who's the man
My
in
brother,
the
you don't
lightweight
know me,
division?
fool. Oh, what'd you say, honey?
I'm saying, who's the man in the lightweight division besides you?
Oh, I'm not, bro. I've been out the game for 20 years almost. I just show up once in a while and bust a fool open. That's all. Once in a while, the money's right.
Over roads all the way.
I keep my diet tight, you know. I'm like a Wall Street hooker with my tightness. So
That's right.
sometimes I close
I'm
my
going to
hand
interrupt
out.
there.
Big pimpin'.
The live chat is going off. I'll tell you what, guys. If there is $50 worth of super chats and arm wrestling questions, I'll remove Barry Bourne from the chat. That is the most requested thing. There's only enough room for one world champion.
That's good. We need those
my
people.
man,
We need
Cobra.
that. Listen,
So if we get $50 worth of super chats with arm wrestling questions.
About Travis. 20 years ago, they were saying the same thing about Travis. They couldn't stand him. Couldn't stand him. He's just a human being. You understand the heart. You got a mama, daddy, all that.
Yes,
These are people. These are people. And listen,
Yes,
40 years ago, they was doing it to a 14-year-old kid. So y'all can bend at the waist and kiss
I
my
feel that.
fucking ass.
I can feel them words.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Mr.
absolutely,
Rose, you the
man. But I am the most light-hearted person to do it. I understand where you're coming from, Cobra. But it's all about a bit of fun.
But
Plus, there's
what you
8
saying
of
about
us
that
on
Bond
the chat.
boy?
So
They were saying about Travis. I remember Travis when he was 198-pound punk. I pinned him with my pinky. You understand what I'm saying? I watched all these fools grow. You out your mind? You're still making 165.
Yes, sir.
Cobra in Game of Arms, when I would watch him go
Fuck the
out.
Game of Arms, man.
Oh, fuck it. We ain't talking about it then.
Nah, that's all right. And guys, as you can see, that has just joined in and has waited patiently. He is the host of the Church of Arm Wrestling podcast. He's very good in the editing and producing side of things. Go check out his videos. They look fantastic. Jimmy Walnuts, welcome to this live stream.
How you doing,
Jimmy
fellas?
G, what's up, Jim G?
I felt compelled to join you, extinguished gentlemen.
Jim G.
What's been happening in your world?
Well, I've been spending a lot of time on that little video I made. Like I said, I grew up with watching Rocky, and I had a very special connection with it growing up, not having much of a male positive influence on my life. I had to rely on a movie for most of my picking myself up through life, and that's kind of blows, but it did what it was supposed to do. And that video is kind of a compilation of the whole year, trying to find out just what I am in this sport, because I know I'm just an amateur, and I know I haven't done anything as far as on the table, but I feel what I offer with my heart, and from what I see and the way I put these videos together, I'm trying to look at that. There he is. Every champion was once a contender. See, that movie brought.
So Jimmy Walnuts, I'm going through everyone in the list. If you are picking one puller, it could be someone that you know, it could be a world famous superstar. Who is going to be the 2021 standout that we're all talking about in December?
I think I'm going to go with a hometown
Come
guy.
back of the year award.
I'm going to go with someone that maybe no one's ever heard of, a guy named Kevin Kaler. He's from the Philly arm wrestling team. He's huge and making a lot of noise with limited amount of training. And once he gets some more practices with the big name guys, he's one of them guys.
He from North Philly? Where's he from in Philly?
He's a suburbs guy. Church.
Oh, he's in the burbs, so he ain't messing with the roots in them.
Nah, but he's one of those gentle giants, and he's already well on his way. I look for him to be a big breakout star this year.
Love it. Well, say his name again. Say his name.
Kevin Kaler. He's out of Team Philadelphia.
Kevin Kaler. Beautiful. James, did I hit you up?
Yeah. What's up?
Who's your guy, James? Did I ask you?
As far as who stands out.
Who's going to be the standout?
Going to be the standout. Well, I'd say if all, maybe not all, but a lot of these top guys and famous guys go over to Dubai and train Khaled and Larry, they might be one of the standouts.
They're not training those guys.
That's what I'm saying. What's so special over there? What's going on over there?
We're just getting why everyone is going to Dubai, and that's the next question I'm going to throw out to everyone else. But what's happening in Dubai is Larry Wheels is basically the king of social media. If you want to start making some real dollars on the social media side of things, you go over and you train with Larry Wheels. And it helps the world of arm wrestling because not only does everyone's channels go up, but we've got this absolute social media megastar that is promoting the sport of arm wrestling and saying that it's cool and it's mainstream. So people are going over there. So the next question is, I'm going to start with you, Uncle John. The next question is, in an arm wrestling sense only, is it beneficial going over and training with Larry Wheels? So is it beneficial for Michael Todd improving as an arm wrestler?
No, for more followers. That's all.
Yeah, so I agree with Cobra in that sense. I think Michael Todd can become
Hello,
in
Mr.
better
John.
shape. He can maybe get, improved.
Michael, join the chat.
Yeah, Michael Todd, join the chat. I'm sure he's ready to go. But so the deal is,
you know, you peeping at this. You remember me? You remember pulling me all those years? You know what happened,
right? Come talk to the man. So for me, look, you look at Larry a year, 2 years ago when he started, very fresh, very new, had a lot of issues. I made a video about all the issues that I saw Larry have and what I thought he needed. Since that time, he's had Devin Larratt, Michael Todd, all, a lot of different super high level guys. But the only thing it told me is that those super high level guys are not really
technically sound.
What I would tell him to do, right? When Larry finishes a pin,
I'm all natural, you know what I'm saying?
Every time Larry finishes a pin, the table is here and his
quiet Uncle John. Quiet Uncle John.
Not too loud? Not too loud?
I'm
Sorry.
all natural, Jim
We
G.
got
You
this.
know what I'm saying? Jim G, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, so here's a question. Is there a place, is there like a Mecca where people go to become like, is there?
There is, and we'll find out after Uncle John finishes talking.
They come to my house and learn how to really arm wrestle. That's where they go.
My thing is that if you are going as an arm wrestler, like if I went to Dubai, it would not be to learn to arm wrestle better. I would be teaching Larry, in my opinion, right? Like Larry is amazing. He does amazing things for arm wrestling. I hope he goes above and beyond and everything else. But the man's got a long road to go. Like, don't forget, I don't think we've seen him in a single tournament or real super match pull, like ever. And if you're an arm wrestler, you can arm wrestle for 10 years in practice situations, and you're going to go to a tournament and you're going to get raffle stomped because you have no idea what that intensity is really like. Because even if you're doing ready goes at practice, it's hard to achieve the level of intensity at practice that you do at
your level or higher.
Barry, you don't know what you're talking about yet, so just let me finish. So the important
Let the adults talk, Barry.
Larry needs to find that next level, and the only way he's going to be able to do it is by getting into real tournaments and real super matches and all that type of stuff. So
yes, sir, John.
But John,
does anyone on here actually think that their arm wrestling would improve by going over and having a chat with Larry?
No, the arm wrestling is not going to improve. However, you have to keep in mind, though, they're going to know how to lift. There may be certain things that they may be able to pick up from Larry in terms of lifting heavy weight. I mean, you could probably pick up some raw horsepower by going and just training with Larry, doing some of the stuff that he does himself. You're not going to get any specific. You're not going to learn anything from Larry arm wrestling wise, but there's definitely, for certain people, you might be able to gain a little horsepower.
I like the way
you can apply it to the table.
people. That's very good, Mr.
Oh, absolutely.
That's very good.
Evan,
I don't know if
when you're going over there, when you go to Dubai, Evan, what's happening? Are you learning from Larry in an arm wrestling sense?
No, I agree with Jason. I think maybe you'd learn more specifically about developing strength in certain areas, rep ranges, percentages, that type of thing. That's Larry's wheelhouse. But arm wrestling, no, I'm not learning anything going over there.
Why does Larry
and
not
you
have
threw in a
show
Larry
of
Wheels
Larry's
pun,
wheel?
so I'm happy with that.
Pardon?
You threw in a Larry Wheels pun, so I'm very happy with that.
Wheelhouse. That was good.
Oh, you guys beat me to it. I was about to say it. I didn't want to cut him off though.
Hashtag Larry Wheelhouse.
Yeah, boy.
In the chat, I'll start with you, Jimmy Walnuts. In the chat, who is beating Larry Wheels? Are you beating Larry Wheels?
Say it again, you froze.
Are you beating Larry Wheels in an arm wrestling match?
Hell no, I ain't beating Larry Wilson. No. I'll give him everything I got, but that motherfucker is probably twice the size of me. Yeah.
Oh,
are you beating Larry Wheels?
Does anyone in here think they can beat Larry?
I'll tell you what. I think Jason Merlo can beat Larry. I haven't seen John Thompson arm wrestle.
Dude, Jason Merlot beats Larry so fast that Larry has to go and, not.
I've seen him firsthand. I've seen Jason Merlo firsthand up close and personal. It looks like a piston and an engine when it's like, and it's so smooth and his face, it's like he glides.
But the thing with Larry, though, Larry has a ton of potential. Once he learns how to lock everything up, especially with the hand, I mean,
if he's serious,
he's going to be trouble.
Yeah, he could be dangerous if he takes it seriously in a couple of years.
Oh, absolutely. Guys, if you're still in the live chat watching all of us on the TV, I'll give you a few minutes and I'll answer some of the best questions that are thrown out there. Everyone that's sticking by us and having a watch, chuck some questions in the comments and I'll make sure some of us get to answer them. That's for sure. So get in there. Cobra, I've got to ask, and I'm only going to, I don't want to ask you too many questions because I'm begging you to come on the podcast when our schedules meet up. But what I want to know, what was it like, man, reffing the last match in Over the Top?
What? Which time? We did that take like 40 times. Which time are you talking
Just that whole experience, man. You are there front and center with.
It wasn't too bad for a 20-year-old kid. It wasn't too bad. Let me tell you that. But that was back in the Booger Sugar days, Don't worry about it.
Jimmy is just realizing.
King Crab and spinach, I'll tell you that.
Hey, was Paul Hurley a decent arm wrestler in real life? I heard
that.
Was Paul Hurley a decent arm wrestler in real life?
No, his name is Bo. That was Rick Zumwalt, our friend. God rest his soul. Yeah, Rick could bang. Rick could bang.
Rick was at 93 Yukon Jack, I think.
Yes.
In the heavies.
Yeah, he was good. There was plenty of champions in there. Scott Norton's in Over the Top. Lee Bean's in Over the Top. Alan Fisher's in Over the Top. You see John Brasing. The list just goes on.
Everybody's in. It was a great party.
Hey, Jake. Hey, Jake, you're a video game guy, right?
Yes, I am, Jimmy.
You remember Punch Out Super Macho Man?
Yes.
There was one arm wrestler in that Over the Top who looked exactly like him. You remember the guy with the white tank top? I used to call him Super Macho Man. He looked just like him. The big huge guy who lost real quick.
I'll definitely have to check it out, but I reckon I know the guy who it is.
Yeah.
Uncle John, I've got a question here for you from Marcel Jador. Who does Uncle John think my first super match of 2021 should be when ready?
So Marcel Jador is a new arm wrestler, but a dude who is like freak show strong. Like his grip feats are ridiculous. He's got bench press records that just go on forever and ever and ever. It's hard for me to say so far because I have been helping train Mizell from a distance, but unfortunately due to COVID, we haven't been able to actually grip up yet.
6 feet.
Right? It's difficult. So we, as soon as I grip up with Mizell, I will know exactly who he should go with and when. But unfortunately, until then, it's hard to say. I think there are a handful of guys who are going to be really good for him. I think I want to see him at a few tournaments right away, so he gets some more, of that intensity up front, and kind of gets born into the fire that way. I would prefer him to do that than go straight into a lot of super matches. But he is going to cause a lot of problems in Atlantic Canada because he's one of those guys who's strong enough to walk in and cause problems in an open class here in Atlantic.
198, John.
He's 198 pounds, but like if you see him on the street, you would probably guess 240.
Yeah, I've seen pictures, and obviously doesn't look 198, but that's where he'd be competing.
He's also my nutrition coach, right? So I'm pretty well. I know kind of what he's doing, the path he's on. We're working on a lot of different things, so I know his power is coming up. I know he's working on the movements he needs to be worked on. but until I can feel the hand, it's going to be difficult to say exactly who I would really want to see him against.
So it could be you then, maybe.
It could be. Like, I think Mazel could probably give me a lot of trouble in a slow pull, right?
Yeah.
A lot of my game is pounce, attack, get that domination. Oh, nice poster, Cobra.
Yeah, it's old school. My kid just found it in the garage. It's all like,
Lift that up a little bit more. You're in there too. Yeah. That's it. That's
yeah,
cool.
that's so cool.
My kid just found it last weekend, and it's all like, it's all pissed on, and you know, yeah. But I mean, it's got this kid on it, so it kind of like devalues the whole shit.
I wonder if anyone has any of the tables from the movies. I wonder.
Evan, have you got any super matches coming up? Any tournaments?
Nothing at all scheduled thus far. We where I'm at, we just entered another complete lockdown, basically. Police enforced. It's just horrible. It's really bad.
Where you at?
So do you get to train at all? Are you training at home? What's going on?
Training at home, yeah. That's about it for right now until further notice. I think until mid-February, we're at a standstill. So promoters aren't scheduling anything, obviously.
That's rubbish. Rubbish. Sort yourself out, world. Sick of it. This is rubbish. Let this community hold hands and pin each other and pretend we're tougher than everyone else.
That's right.
Ridiculous. Now, moving over to the red wine section of the chat, Jason Merlo, someone has mentioned in the comments that because Uncle John reckons that you pin Larry easy,
dunking on those convicts. I was dunking on those convicts, Uncle John, at 5'11", 2 hands, before Scottie Pippen was doing the shit. My tongue was wagging before you knew who Michael Jordan was. They punks. You heard me?
Is there any basketball footage of you I could check out?
Man, just, you know, go to Rhode Island. I'm from Rhode Island, kid. Over there, just go to Federal Hill. Ask him about the kid that used to train with Azienza, Stallone's buddy. Go ahead.
Oh, Vinny.
Go ahead, Jake.
Contact federal judge Joe Accardi's son, Gabriel, who my second boy's named after. You know what I'm saying? Rhode Island, Italian, federal judge. Go ahead. I'm alive.
I love it. Jason, so as I was going back, we've just gone from the heavy drink back to the red wine. Someone has asked, King Kurt, your copy, he has asked, does Jason beat Schoolboy then? Because you can easily beat Larry Wheels.
So I pulled Schoolboy in 2018, pulled him in the overalls in a small tournament that was held in Jersey. I beat him, fairly easily in the straps back then, but that was over 2 years ago. That's he's had quite a bit of progress since then.
So what you saying, motherfucker, is that ain't happening again?
Well, I don't know. I don't have to worry about it. He's not in my weight class anymore, Cobra. I don't have to worry about it.
Hey, listen, man, I crawled at your class too, but you gotta bust them all up, make them all bar down. Don't come soft like that. If you say you busted the boy open, bust him open and do it again.
Well,
don't act like he got progress. You got progress too.
Of course, absolutely.
Fuck those guys.
So I love that by Cobra. That was great. But just judging from where he was back then, his hand was not as strong as mine. I definitely dominated his hand. He had to go in and try and dive to the press in order to try and beat me, but he couldn't pull through. If he got considerably stronger since then, but I would feel pretty confident still pulling him now. If I were to pull in a super match.
That's what we wanted to hear.
Yeah, I'm with Cobra on that one. So many people are like, I'm not sure. Jason, if you can come out and say that you can still beat Schoolboy, come out with a bit of confidence. I mean, we've got a guy, he's on mute now, he's disappeared, reckons he's a 10-time world champion, and everyone's talking about them. And everyone's talking about Jason Merlo. Come out and just say, I've beat Schoolboy before, and I'm still the principal. I'm going to beat him again. I feel confident. Give us a bit of a
bang. Arm wrestlers don't show up for second place. I sure hope not. I never did.
So absolutely, like I said, I mean, you know, it's definitely questionable though, because he definitely has made significant progress. Then put on a little bit of weight and put on a little muscle.
Hey kid, are you from New Jersey? Time out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up in a minute. Are you from New Jersey?
Yes.
Act like you're from Rhode Island. Have some fucking form. I gotta go out and puff. I'll be back.
Oh my God. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I would not be taking that match lightly. I would be taking that 100% serious. But like I said, if you were to put me in a super match against him today, I'd be pretty confident to still beat him both right. I only pulled him right-handed that day. I didn't feel his left. I'd be pretty confident both arms though.
Jason.
Beautiful. Now, just having a quick look. So I don't know if anyone can help us see it, but if anyone knows some backstory of this one, we got a super chat from Eric McAtee, and apologies, my man, if I pronounced your last name wrong. Did Travis quit Beauty and the Beast finally? And he says he needs a good Cobra story. You don't have to worry about a good Cobra story. He'll come back and let us all know. But is this someone just throwing some shade on it? Does anyone know? Because Gary's not here, Eric, as you can see, but we'll definitely ask him when he comes back. Has Travis quit Beauty and the Beast? Does anyone know?
John, would you know?
So like, I don't know, no, but I know that Gary hasn't said anything. Here's the deal. I think that it's like Gary did the 24 hours, and I think that he needed a little minute after that, right? And I think, you know, Travis is fine. Like Travis will be like, oh, we're not shooting anything this week. Fine with me. You know, he's not banging that drum as hard as Gary is. So I think Gary is probably just getting some other things in order, because we've been working on like this idea of doing this, and there's lots of other ideas going on. So no, I don't think Travis quit, because I think Travis needs Gary a lot more than Gary needs Travis at this point. But yeah, I don't think I haven't heard any talk about that whatsoever. And I assume we will see more Beauty and the Beast probably by the end of the month.
Oh, good. It's a real good show. Thanks, Eric, for that one. And I did get his last name right, so I'm pretty happy with that. Jimmy, you getting Jamie Sheldon on your show. Have you done the podcast yet? What's going on?
That's going to be Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, I got Jason Sheldon lined up. I've been doing a little bit of background on him tonight. Get everything.
Probably start with his name. His name's Jamie Sheldon. Probably don't get him on and give him a big rap and call him Jason Sheldon.
Did I say Jason?
Yeah, you did, my man. You did.
Well, that was by accident. That was an accident. I got 6 pages written up on this kid already.
Right.
So I definitely know who he is. I've watched like 5 interviews already, and I'm picking and choosing from each one. So
good eyeballs.
Nice
eyeballs,
one.
Yeah.
James, as you are there pumping your muscles in the mirror, have you got any super matches or tournaments lined up?
No, I wish. I train with Mark Nooch. Gary knows him. Former world champion.
I know Mark.
From where? Where did he win worlds?
I don't know, but I think he said in some in
garage. Listen.
Well, he knows Michael Todd. He's beaten Michael Todd, and he's beaten Don Underwood. So
listen. Just close your hand on some of these fools, man. Don't want to get caught up in the titles. There's a lot of bums out there. When I say bums, I don't mean a guy saying he won 10 titles or 100 of them. Some of the best guys you ever going to meet in this sport ain't won a tournament.
Yeah.
You heard me?
Yeah. But he does have a closet full of trophies. You can look at his Facebook page.
In the closet, listen.
I don't know.
It's okay.
But he's rock strong. I know that.
But we found out Barry's brother makes trophies. So, yeah, we need to see some legit. But that's cool. If you've got someone with such a strong caliber training that's cool. But there's nothing in the works at all?
Unfortunately, not for matches for me. But I will say another guy that's in my club that I actually haven't pulled yet is
I love you, boy. Don't let me rattle you.
He had a either a super match or a match with Travis Bagent recently.
He said closet full.
Eric Gerlich. Yeah, Eric's in my club too, but I have yet to pull with him. But yeah, man, it's just fun, really. I just go to practice. If there's a tournament nearby, I'll go to it, but that's about it. So.
What's the goal this year, James?
Oh, is that James talking? That was James?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, James. I didn't mean to be busting your balls. I thought I was busting Jim's balls.
Oh.
I didn't see who was talking. Sorry. Ozzy. I thought I was busting my balls, my New England balls right there. Because I know he's from the same streets as me. I know Jim is.
You already know.
Yeah. That's why I was like, man, you better speak up, fool. Go ahead, James.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. Me, I'm just
Shut
listening.
up now, James. I'm sorry, Mr. James. I'm sorry. I thought I was busting Jim's balls. Ozzy.
Hey, I'll tell you a good Cobra Rhodes match. Look up Nicholas Nonestad, Arm Wars, Cobra Rhodes.
Excellent match.
No, the one when I showed up at the Olympia, that's Raggedy. The first one, King of the Hill.
Oh,
you're gonna see. I'm about to bust something out for you fools. Watch it.
Is that the match where Cobra knees him in the head afterwards?
Yeah, right.
No, it doesn't matter, man. Don't worry about all that. Y'all don't talk about me. I'm yesterday's news. I'm that glory days news. Springsteen wrote a tune about it. Don't talk about the big dick gangster. Watch what happened. Watch what happened.
Yeah.
Right when I did. All right, I got a dude. I'm begging. I got a dude. I'm about to set something.
Cobra, when are you coming back on the table, Cobra? When are you coming back to whoop some of these new people that haven't even seen Over the Top? There are arm wrestlers out there that haven't even seen the movie Cobra. Get back on the table and start whooping these young people.
Sweet Pea, the most insignificant thing in the sport is the table. Y'all are fools. The most insignificant thing in the sport is the table. You understand what I'm saying to you?
I do. I just want to see Cobra pull. I want to see Cobra pull. That's all.
The table is a part of you. You are the table. You are arm wrestling. Every one of you suckers. The guy that goes 0-2 or the guy that's undefeated forever. You are arm wrestling. The table don't.
When are we going to see you arm wrestle again?
I'm coming back to arm wrestling very soon.
Bang!
Excellent.
Yes.
Very
yes, that's all I needed. That has just made my day. Did you hear that, Zeus? He's barking. He's up and about now.
You know my guy Alex, my brother Alex, Schoolboy's older brother, just passed 1 million views over the new year.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. They are killing it on YouTube.
Listen. That's one of my kids, right? And he's talked me into doing something. But I told him I could only do it with one dude. And I'm about to bust y'all open. I'm about to bust it open. And it's going to be tight as a Wall Street hooker. I guarantee. Okay? $5 grand a night. You know what I'm saying? Nothing slow. Lick it like a mother cat. You know what I'm saying?
Big pimpin'.
Clean it up. We're going to clean it up real quick. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you what the skinny pimp can do. Tell Gary, where's Gary Roberts? I know that damn baby's asleep.
I cannot wait. Uncle John, I need to ask you something. Do you know who a Jeremiah Charlton is?
Jeremiah who?
Jeremiah Charlton. He is waiting to come on the show, but I'm a bit of a security guard at the moment. It's a 1 in, 1 out type thing. So
Jake, I'm taking off, so I'll leave and you can let him in.
Well, he's just left now. He's just left. He keeps coming in and out. So
I have to go regardless. Thank you for the time. Great show, guys. Keep it up.
Thanks,
Evan.
Nice meeting you, Evan.
Hey, Evan, I was never busting balls. I love unconditionally. Love you,
I know,
Evan.
brother.
Thank you, baby.
Look forward to seeing your comeback.
Rip up. Hey, close your hand on him, son. Don't let him run away. Don't give him a restart. Make him stay there. Don't let him slip, that bum. What a bum trying to slip.
Yeah, I love it.
Take care, guys.
I thought he lived in California. You live in Rhode Island?
U.S.
Alrighty,
brother.
Hey, I've
All
got
around the world.
I got a legit question for Cobra. Cobra, is it your fault because of your style of arm wrestling and your theoretical...
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Is it your fault that arm wrestling has gone to a place where straps happen so often? That people seek to get into the straps? Is that a something that came along because you denied that for so long? Or
I didn't let him have it. I was the strap, man. My name was Bad Draw Rhodes. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't Cobra Rhodes. I was Bad Draw Rhodes. Oh, who you got? Bad Draw. I got a bad draw, man. That's what you hear from all these tricks. I got
there's a real good compilation of Cobra. If people are going to check it out, can't remember.
No, they ain't not. Hey, baby, no, it's okay.
I got a feeling you got a lot of
we about to work some things out real quick. Hey, don't worry about
it. I just love. There's some good videos, man, of everyone trying to slip out of your hand, and you just clasp on it like a rat trap, man. It looks amazing. It looks unreal. So there's a little good highlight package video.
Have you seen this technique before?
No, there's only one Cobra Rhodes. There's only one Cobra Rhodes. We all know that, and we all enjoy it.
With all these chatterheads slapping their lips about online about something, people talking about what they don't know.
Well, that's just the internet for you. That's what everyone does, my man.
Hey, Pop is coming home. He coming home to roost. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Hey, Uncle John.
Yo.
Can I talk with you real soon, real quick?
Yeah.
Because I'm getting an attitude.
I like it.
Yeah. Pop is coming home to roost. You know, Red said it in the 60s before they shot him in New York. You know? But I'm going to sit on that throne for a minute because I'm tired of being a bum.
You ain't no bum. You ain't no bum.
You don't know me.
You don't want to know the truth.
Yeah, slow motion. Ain't that right, Uncle John? You gonna talk to me? Can I call you tomorrow or something? Send me your phone number.
Yeah. I'm free all day. My phone is always open to Cobra.
Even during his workout, the phone is open.
During my workout. Did you see my last video, Cobra? You were in my last video.
Oh, was I? I'm still listening to Stevie Wonder at the Four Seasons Cinema and the Beach Boys the following week when I was 10 years old. You know, there I was. You know, I'm still puffing with Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then 2 years later, when he was clean, eating carrots with him and ranch dip.
Stevie Ray, that's a good one, Cobra.
Hey, listen, Warren Haynes is holding it down. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
How often do you train, Cobra? How many times a week? How many hours a day? How often do you train?
What did McGregor say? Who the fuck is that guy? Listen, I don't, bro. I never did. Training's overrated. Close your hand on him.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's why I asked the question.
Stay in that arm. You don't know.
That's why I asked. Of course I don't know.
Ozzy,
that's why I asked.
Ozzy, how about how many followers you got, Ozzy? You a man of your word? How many followers you got? I want the truth.
On Instagram, I have just under 4,500, and on
400,000. I hope you said 400,000.
I wish, man. I wish. I'm not a Cobra Road status yet.
I don't know. I'm not on Snapface.
Cobra transcends social media.
He would break social media. If Cobra took social media seriously, he would. In that conversation earlier, he would be very close in dethroning Devin. If Cobra took YouTube seriously,
I taught Devin how to bow. Don't worry about Devin. Listen, I'm gonna let Devin live. Okay? I'm gonna let
No, I'm
that
just
special
saying, man,
force motherfucker live. And he knows it.
Devin's really just warming the spot at this point.
I love him so.
No, it's always good to see. That's why I'm just saying, if you took social media seriously, man, you would be the king. I think everyone just loves your content. Everyone just loves you. It's really good to see.
Everyone's fucked up. They better love themselves. If they're loving me, they're wasting their time. They better get tighter in their house, take care of their people. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
They're bums if they're loving on me. They need to handle what's right in there. They know what they're short on at their house. They know their shortcomings. They know how they're mistreating themselves. They don't need to be loving me. They need to love themselves.
Oh, I'm sure they do, but you can love more than one person.
Sure about.
Hey?
I Dr. Phil'd you, man. Didn't I, John, hey, Uncle John, did I Dr. Phil him?
I think you got it. I think you got it.
Cobra getting me?
I think you got it full way, full through.
All right, I'll be quiet for a bit and let you talk.
You're the man, Cobra. You are the man. Anyone that's still in the chat want to come join in for a bit of pieces? Everyone,
guys, we can talk.
Yeah, Jake, I'm gonna get out of here. Let somebody else get in here. It was a pleasure talking with you.
people just keep coming in and out. It's fine. Guys, go check out the Church of Arm Wrestling podcast Friday night. Are you going live, Jimmy Walnuts? Are you going live?
I can't get on the YouTube's live like you guys on here. I think you got to have 1,000 followers or upgrade your.
Hey Jim, I've only got like 3 followers on my page.
And you can do this here with your thing too.
I've got a YouTube page. I've only got 3 followers on it.
Yeah,
Cobra Rose.
Gary showed me an option on here, but it don't show up on mine. So I'll probably record it.
And following me, bro.
You know I'll follow you. My favorite.
I'm all fucked up, man. Nobody's following me.
I don't.
The whole world is following you, Cobra.
I'm not about the followers, man. I'm about that.
Look, Jake. Listen, Jake. I'm gonna fucking bust this shit open. If you don't send all your fucking people to me, I'm gonna come find you.
Open the door for you, Cobra. I've been trying to get something happening.
Yeah, I want
to Jake. We got a guy
for that good shit, a hand job and fucking reach around everything.
Hey, you guys have a good night.
See you, Jimmy.
All right.
See you, Jimmy. Make sure everyone checks out Jimmy Walnuts on Friday night with Jamie Sheldon, not Jamie Sheldon. Go check him out.
That's Merlot without a T. So you're not even a wine.
There you go.
But you wine at the table.
I'm sweet like a wine.
A little bit.
Stacey Morgan has just jumped on with a super chat. I'm with you on that one. You can go live with 1 subscriber. I've been trying to explain it to Jimmy Walnuts. You just have to do it through your computer. I just think Jimmy was getting too much information at once. But what I want to ask everyone that's still in the chat, Jeremiah, I will let you in a second now that people have come. Let's go 1. All right, 2 more just jumping in. Besides Cobra Rhodes, because we all know how entertaining Cobra Rhodes is, which, I'll start with you, Jason. Which puller would you love to see have their own channel?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You can't pick Cobra because he's just absolutely owned this live chat. So someone else besides Cobra.
You know who I think would be super entertaining? Don Underwood. Don Underwood, if we could get him back into his prime and when he was super stoked about the sport, I feel like he could blow up a YouTube channel like in 2 seconds. I feel like he would be able to put a lot of content out there, would be capturing a huge range of audience just because of his character that he has built over the years. I feel like he'd be perfect for that.
He's a very interesting character. Very interesting. I'll go to you, James. James, one puller that you think would have a cool YouTube channel, who would it be?
Danny Tesh.
Nah, that would be the most boring. I like the Australian theme, but Danny says about 5 words a year. A fun Danny Tesh story. I remember it was at Arnold's, and I was just into the sport, and we had Arnold's. Devon had come down that year to Australia, and Danny Tesh was there. Anyway, me being the social guy that I am and take advantage of any opportunity, went up and I was like, "Oh, g'day, man, how are you?" And he just went, "Good." I was like, "Oh, how you feeling? You know, are you ready to dominate?" He goes, "Strong." And I was like, "Man, just talk. Like, what's going on?" I thought Danny was up himself and he was just ignoring me. I thought, look at this guy, won't even talk to an amateur who's 3 months into the sport. This guy's a flog. But then getting to know Danny, yeah, he says hardly anything. So it would almost be like watching TV on mute.
Ozzy, the legend asked you what you had for dinner tonight.
What did I? It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, so we haven't had dinner yet. Last night, we actually went out for Mexican. It was my wife and I's 3-year anniversary. What did you have for dinner last night? Was it tasty? It was what?
Say tasty. Say the word tasty.
Tasty.
Tasty. I didn't say it great.
Tasty. Tasty. I love the Aussie accent.
I took Rambo into Moldova, and it's like, I mean, we had a 3-star Michelin chef cooking for us at the 5-star Noble Hotel. And he said, "Oh, Cuba, this is so tasty."
Tasty.
I never heard the word.
Speaking of tasty, I'll get to you in a minute, Uncle John, and I will introduce Mazel in a moment. But Jeremiah, you came in the chat, and now you've left. Come back in, mate, because he's a huge Cobra fan and wants to have a quick chat. Uncle John, who is having an awesome YouTube channel that's not on there. Who would be someone?
Who needs to get one?
John Brzenk.
Well, yeah, he's a good kid. John Brzezink's a good kid. John Brzezink's a good kid. I'm telling all you guys. I mean, all you guys might be on his cock, but I'm telling you, he's a good kid. He's so clean. No, he's a fair competitor. There's not a lot of guys in arm wrestling that are fair competitors. They're all fucking bums, and they're worried about losing, and like fucking, I don't know. They're like fishermen or something. They almost had to fish on the boat. But most arm wrestlers fucking suck in their own minds. They didn't uplift themselves. They're fucking showing up knowing they're gonna get second or third or something like that. They never fucking had the nuts to fucking. A lot of them never had the fucking nuts until they got a couple cycles in them, put on 120 pounds, and fucking all the guys that used to kick their ass are gone from the sport, and now they got new bums with no technique. They'll just power through.
Cobra brings up a good point about just going into the game with the right mindset. He's 100% right. You need that right mindset.
You got to, but that wasn't the question, Jason. That wasn't the question. Suddenly we're all on John Brzenk and we're doing these ones and things like that.
John's a good kid. John's a good kid. I said, didn't I started with that?
That's what he started with.
They'll give you a fair match.
I know, my man, I know.
And
So
you better fucking be loaded for bear if you're gonna close your hand with this fucking guy. Don't be no bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because this is your fucking chance to be a jukebox hero. Crack the goat wide fucking open. Bend his wrist back. Try it. Fucking try it. Shut the fuck up. Try it. Fucking try it.
All righty, Uncle John.
All right. Talk to Cobra more often. This is
exactly.
This is excellent.
Uncle John, who is your man? Who is your man?
And then call me a fucking bum. You fold his wrist back, then you can call me a fucking bum and say you did it easier. You fucking bums.
This is us witnessing.
Don't let the comments bother you.
Shit online. This is like.
Hey, John, listen, I better make a comeback, Uncle John.
Yeah.
I better come back to arm wrestling in some sort of way.
I love it. I love it. You have to appear more now. Now that we know the value. Now that we've been taught.
No, all I'm saying is, Uncle John, Uncle, I hope you can understand me, Uncle John, one of these days. All I'm saying is, fold his wrist back every fucking time you pull him, except for maybe once, and then talk to me. Tell me how much of a fucking bum I am. Tell me I got lucky a couple pulls. Tell me who's the greatest. Tell me whose seminar you're going to. Tell me you have close your hand.
I don't think anyone's missing a Cobra seminar.
Tell me you have not felt whiplash when you locked up with a pimp. Your neck still hurts, motherfucker. All y'all.
I think we got to ask.
So don't be on the internet or Snapface talking about you're the big gangster, because you're not. And you know so, because I closed my hand on your shit and said no.
Hey, the man.
Absolutely.
You know, so suck a dick, man, by the head, kid. We'd say when I was a kid, oh, that kid's mental. You know, when a kid was a retard, that kid's mental, we'd say. You're fucking mental, kid. You believe your own bullshit.
So
hold this list back and then talk to me.
If anybody is wondering, the proper way to call Cobra a bum is to arm wrestle John Brzenk a bunch of times, fold his wrist back, then you can tell Cobra how good you are. That's if anybody in the chat was wondering how to go about doing that, that is
the way you gotta do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, Uncle John, you understand me. Uncle John, I think you understand me.
Yes.
We need to talk.
Deeply, my
No
man.
one's ever called Cobra a bum. They're going to be the dumbest person in the world if you're calling Cobra Rhodes a bum. No way. You're going to be a dumb
at arm
person.
wrestling. Only at arm wrestling. Maybe I'm a good dad or a decent cook or something. But arm wrestling, I must be a fucking bum. Are you out of your mind?
You're not a bum.
These guys don't know how to close their fucking hand. Ask him. Hold his wrist back. Get back at me.
Gentlemen, I'm heading out.
Jason,
the arm wrestler. It's been a pleasure, Uncle John. Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you, Jason. Really good meeting you, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Really appreciate it, my man.
Absolute pleasure. Cobra. Awesome, Cobra. Talk to you more.
Bro. We'll be in Molokai with a fat one. Yeah, bro. By the liver colony. Yeah, bro. Hawaii's gorgeous.
Awesome, Cobra. Take care, gents.
Take it easy,
All
brother.
righty, we've got, I'll get through it. Jamie Sheldon and Brad Cook from 217 have jumped in the chat. They're trying to figure out what you've missed. You have missed a lot. You have missed a lot. We couldn't see you guys in the chat. So we've got Jeremiah Charlton. He's jumped in. He's a huge Cobra fan. Jeremiah, do you just want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am just a huge arm wrestling fan. I am not an arm wrestler at all. But I'm just a massive fan of trying to follow the sport as much as possible, watch as many videos as possible. My question for Cobra specifically was about Dave.
Where's Bro at?
Might have to swipe
Who's
Cobra.
speaking? Miss L?
It's Jeremiah.
Jeremiah wants to ask you a
Charlton?
question.
Okay, I see you, bro. Can you see me?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right, what up, bro?
Thank you very much. A huge fan. I was wanting to know about your matches with Dave Patton over the years.
Dave's a beast. One of the most talented arm wrestlers ever to breathe. I wish there weren't a bunch of guys that said they got screwed against Dave, pretty much. You know, Dave didn't need any extra stuff. Dave could have won without guys still to this day saying, I got screwed. He was that good. Kind of tarnishes the legacy of a fucking machine, a professor of the game.
Thank you. I consider you, Dave Patton,
Fair
Alan Fisher.
competitor. Consider me a fair competitor.
Cobra, take a compliment, Cobra.
I requested that my opponent was comfortable before they said go. You understand?
No running.
I was always wondering about, I always think of you, Alan Fisher and Patton, sort of like the Hagler, the Hearns, and the Duran, that era that will never sort of be matched again with like that level.
Hey man, you ever see somebody close their hand on somebody? Hey man, you ever see somebody close their hand on somebody?
Not quite like you.
No, sir.
So don't compare that shit. Please don't. I mean, we all love arm wrestling. That's about as comparable as we all are. We love the sport. We love the people in it. but our games are 2 different animals, 3 different animals.
Cobra, we've got a super chat question from Eric McAtee. He wants to know, Cobra, is Travis a bum?
No, Travis is a good kid. Travis done nothing but help him. Travis carried the torch for a decade.
Yep.
You know, and there's still new blood in there. So Travis is good. Oh, we need Travis. We fucking need Travis. He's sweet, you know. He's sweet for the sport. Everybody, we need everybody. We need like the scumbag of the earth and the highest of high, nicest person you ever fucking met. We need every single body in it. That's it. It's the whole planet.
Yeah, Travis is an absolute superstar. He's been amazing for the
I
sport.
didn't say he was fucking superstar. Don't suck his cock, bro. We need him. We need him.
I'm a sports fan, Cobra, so I do throw around
Right
the
on. Yeah,
word superstar.
work. Sell a paper. I get it. But I'm just talking to you like we're in my living room or something, you know.
Yeah, I love it.
Travis is a good kid. Travis, we fucking need him. We need them all. We need Devon. We need JB. We need the GOAT. We need the guy that goes 0-2 every time. He still shows up. His wife fucking hates him. She's divorced him. He's on his 3rd wife. Fucking arm wrestling's ruined his life. The people I love, I don't get involved in arm wrestling. Don't get the fuck out. You don't want to do this. It's. I did things. I sacrificed things.
I could imagine.
No, you fucking can't, bro. You can't. So all the glad handing and happiness, this is our lives. But if you're a sportsman, doesn't matter if you epee or you rode polo or soccer, football in most of the world, a sportsman is a sportsman. And the people make everything. The people make the life. La dolce vita in Italiano, the sweet life. The people make it. It's not the guy that, it's not Cobra Rhodes, Dave Patton, John Brzenk, Ellen Fisher, Gary Goodrich, George Gibbons, Mike Petrarca, fucking Cleve Dean, Johnny Walker. It's not these fucking people. It's the whole family that makes it an organic, living, breathing thing. And it's an unbridled passion.
100%, man. I know exactly what you're saying, Cobra.
Okay. So understand that. Don't get caught up on who's fucking winning fucking arm wrestling tournament. Because it ain't the fucking thing. It ain't the fucking thing, man. Because one of your best days ever arm wrestling, it's going to be at one of your practices. It's going to be the best you ever were in your life. It's going to be at one of your fucking practices. And you won't even know it at that time. You're going to win a show after that, or maybe you win a show before that. And you're like, oh, I was the best. Okay, I'm the man. You're really better when you didn't even know it. It's when you're growing and you're.
Yeah, we get it. We get it, man. We get it. Totally understand what you're saying, my man.
You know what I'm saying, Jeremiah? It's very important for you to be yourself at all times and be a fucking beast about it. And be the docile one, of course, at times. Just enjoy. Life's good. Nice to see you. James, what up? No, you're not working out no more. Lazy fucker.
Talking to man. Uncle John, I'm going to cut in. Uncle John, I need you to do me a favor. There is a guy in the chat. He's been waiting very patiently, and he is wearing an Uncle John shirt. You've been working together, which is good. So clearly he is subscribed to the Uncle John Arm Wrestling Show. I hope everyone that is watching is subscribed to the Uncle John Arm Wrestling Show. And then once you do that, head over to the Aussie Arm Wrestler and subscribe there, because we just love talking arm wrestling. So, Uncle John, can you please introduce the gentleman that's waited patiently?
Yes, sir. I most certainly can. Ladies and gentlemen, the person I'm about to introduce you to is someone I met not more than 5 to 6 months ago.
5 months ago, yeah.
Massively strong individual, has achieved very, very high success in weightlifting and in the art of cutting weight and all sorts of different things. And most recently, about 3 months ago, we got together and I brought him on as my nutrition coach. And I have been helping him, getting him coached up in the art of arm wrestling. This is Mizel Jador wearing the second
Hey,
best
guys.
on here right now.
Mizel. Bonjour, monsieur.
Nice to meet you.
Cobra, big fan, man. Huge fan, Cobra.
So
Awesome to
Mizel
be
and
here.
Mizel, I've been talking about Mizel like a lot. Mizel's always around on the chats and all that kind of stuff. So it's nice that you hear Mizel.
Where's Mizel from?
Newfoundland, Canada.
Okay. So you're a bit from Quebec. You don't know the boys in Saint Michel? Serge
No, sir.
Boo Boo, Denny DeBrail,
I know the dragon.
Sylvain Perron.
Oh, Perron.
Sylvain's
All my brothers.
Perron's unreal, yeah.
Got it.
All my
Sylvain's a
brothers
beast.
from the early 80s.
A beast.
That's my family. I'm
I
from
just
Rhode
told-
Island originally, so that's my track.
I pulled Denny like at Nationals in 2019 in the after poll. I pulled him a
Boo
little
Boo?
bit. Yeah,
Is he
he's
back now?
ridiculous.
Is he
He's still
big?
ridiculous. So strong.
Still strong.
What's his weight? Still mine? He's still.
Oh yeah,
490?
still. I don't know exactly what his weight is, but still competitively low weight class for sure.
Yeah. Boo Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah. He learned how to top roll in like this period in the 2000s. I used to pound their heads. Him and Serge Busado. I used to pound their heads up the New England coast through Old Orchard Beach, Maine, and Canada, up Saint Michel, Montreal, Old Montreal. The shows there in the late 70s, early mid 80s, and I was 15 in 1980. I was born in 65.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I used to kick a lot of fucking ass up there. That's all. I remember something happened. So,
How long you been pulling for, Mizel?
hi, Mizel. Hey, brother. Damn, he's got arms on him. Your dietitian coach. Look at his tat, like covered up. Looks like a
He's my
commander.
everything
Devil
coach.
Loretta Pump. Devil Loretta Ho. Yeah,
How long you been pulling for, Mizel?
8 months there 2 days ago.
Get out of the sport, bro.
Beautiful.
Keep your body nice. Fuck arm wrestling.
It's too late, Cobra. Cobra, this guy has 5 arm wrestling
You took
tables.
that first hit. Damn.
5 arm wrestling tables.
Not
It's
to be
too late
safe.
for him. He's too
Why?
far gone.
Don't try to
Why
work.
do you have 5 arm wrestling tables? Like, why?
I've got a big crowd now. Actually, we just started arm wrestling here 8 months. I started the club, and like every week since, we've gained like 2 or 3 people, and so I've expanded my space, and now I've got them all set up so I could pull from every angle on each table without having to actually change the pulleys.
Oh, that's all right, man. That's
That's
cool.
right. That's right, baby. I love you. Oh,
I love you, bro.
You said I could pull from every angle. Okay. But I love that you ripped as fuck. I love you, baby.
Love you, bro.
That's great. That's great. We're happy.
Well, that's another interesting thing, though, because in Newfoundland,
I was talking to myself.
in Newfoundland, there was literally like
One guy.
There was one guy for a very long time, and now there's what, 30?
30, 35, yeah.
Yeah.
So you started that from scratch just at your ass?
Yeah, so we started off there. I just made it public that I was going to start the arm wrestling club,
and then he built a bigger facility.
Yeah.
Encompass all.
Just expanded as
Yeah,
we're
Mizel
going.
will tell us, yeah.
All you need is an outhouse, bro. They'll line up and pull. There's one table. It's all right. Some of them can pull on the floor, warm up on a picnic table. Oh, shit.
Everyone line up on the countertop.
Some of the best training happens over the motel bed ever. Like guys learn all about what they've been trying to do for 6 years in one meeting over a shot and a beer. Figure it out. You know. But
so what's the goal, Mizel? You've got this arm wrestling club happening in your hometown, literally in your home. What's the goal for you moving forward? You're 8 months into the sport. Your shoulders are bigger than the screen. You need to go widescreen. What's the goal, my man?
Close the hands.
What's it? No, I can't fit there.
No, you're right. Just
you're trying to.
What's the goal moving forward?
Now, since COVID screwed us over, since my last time up in Halifax, it's given me time to actually condition my arms and get some hard training in. So I'm working with Uncle John for that. But hopefully now, as soon as the borders open up, travel as much as possible, get up with John, do some training in Ottawa with the boys.
What's Uncle John like as a coach?
Unreal. Very, very, very good. He answers every question.
Rubbish? Is he terrible?
Oh.
Did you say terrible?
I said unreal.
Unreal. Disgusting.
unreal.
Was that disgusting? Was that Uncle John's about arm wrestling coach? No, you can't jump on and slag your coach. No, I'm only
Just starting shit as soon as he gets on.
How long have you been working with Uncle John for, coaching?
I think we started in December, like early December.
Yeah, because like we started the
we started before that, yeah, but
yeah, like we started the nutrition thing, and then you like I didn't quite realize how into it you wanted.
Yes,
to
exactly. Yeah.
And then once I realized that, then I'm like, all right, well let's bang it out. You know, let's get this thing going, and we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah.
So why Uncle John? Why have you decided to pick this massive unit and take him under your wing? You know, show him a few bits and pieces.
Well, look, my biggest thing with anyone who is arm wrestling, because there's people that come to me all the time, almost every single day. They're like, how do I do this? How do I get better? How do I, what do I want to do? And usually when I tell them, they're like, oh, that's a lot of goddamn work. And, it is to a certain extent. And a lot of people, they come back to me immediately with, well, I can't really do this because of this. And my life situation is that. And I'm like, that's fine. Mazel doesn't do that. By the time I tell him something, he's already got like another program revolved around it. And he's done it, more and more often and more extreme and heavier. And he applies things immediately. And that's what I saw, because I know Mazel has taken like his bench pressing and his ability to cut weight. And I know I can just imagine the way his mind works, and he's applying that now to arm wrestling. So
everything's all in.
Yeah. For me, the thing is the actual desire, the real desire to do the real shit that people don't want to do, right? I do the shit I don't want to do every single day because I got a lot of catch up to do. I got a lot of training work to do. I got a lot of technique work to do. I got a lot of power work to do. And that sucks. But I mean, it doesn't really suck for me because I enjoy it. But most people feel that sucks. And Mazel matches up with me really good because he hates himself just as much as I do. And we put ourselves in punishment. And we try to learn how to be uncomfortable and take the pain and
uncomfortable.
That's it.
Because John said uncomfortable.
Is there, Mazel, is there anyone you want straight away in a super match when this COVID garbage goes away? Is there anyone out there that you train with? Is there anyone that's in the top tier? Who do you want to grip up with and show them who's boss?
I'd like to get some more hands under my repertoire first. So probably try Canadian Nationals 198s to see what everyone feels like and see what I could do in that group first.
How are the cannons feeling, mate? Are the arms feeling really, really good?
They're feeling great, actually. It's a lot better now that I actually have John telling me what to do. I'm not in constant agony every day.
How much will you cut weight to get to 198?
I cut down from 292 to 198 from June to December.
Insane.
So you give yourself a good amount of time to
96 pounds in like 5 months, I think it was.
Beautiful.
That's
all right. At least you're doing it a healthy way. At least you're not trying to lose it all in a week or two.
And what's it called? I've been doing it now every year since 2014. In 2014, I dropped 100 pounds from August actually to November 28th to step on a bodybuilding stage for the first time. And then every year since, I've been dropping 50 to 60 pounds on different diets, see how they work out.
What's your best diet? What's the one diet that you love doing?
What diet do I like the most?
Yeah, and you know that's going to work the best in cutting weight.
Good old-fashioned clean eating is probably the best way to go about it, especially for keeping strength.
What up, bro?
But I found tracking macros actually was the funnest and easiest way because I was eating frozen yogurt like every second day.
I'll stick to dirty eating. Thank you. I'll just make sure I don't weigh over to cut weight.
No, hold it straight up. Take some weight off.
Take some weight
out with your finger.
And just joining, if you have seen, just joining into the chat is Derek. Last time Derek was on one of these live streams, he found out they were raising thousands of dollars for him. to get over to Dubai, where Michael Todd is at the moment. Derek Smith, welcome to the live stream.
I was in here earlier. Where were you at? I was in here earlier. You weren't in here.
Oh, were you? I was at work. What's happening, my man?
Good to be here. Yeah, I went to the gym. Just got back from the gym. Hit a PR. You know, not gonna tell you guys what it is because it's my worst lift, but I hit a PR. It's a great lift. It's bench. I hate benching so much. And with my long arms, it's something I've never focused on.
Long arms.
But I hit one. I've been inspired. Did you guys see Levon's video of him benching 200 kg 440 for 9?
Two less than I done.
Dude, that was crazy. So I went and benched tonight. I got inspired. But I did not get 440 for 9.
Bench press is life.
Well, bench, your chest, your pectoralis major has something to do with internal rotation and side pressure. But I don't know, man. I've also beaten Scott Mendelson, who benches 1,000 pounds, and I can only bench like 350. So I know it's not the end all be all, but it is a player for sure.
Yeah. I don't know how good benching does. I'm on the bench at the moment. It's not really doing much for my internal rotation at the moment. But how's the body feeling? We ready to start pinning blokes, Derek, or what?
I feel good. I had a left injury, and it's all but healed up. So things are going well. Training is on board. I have made a career switch. So I now have 4 days off a week as of starting yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
Where'd you manage that?
Content.
Oh yeah. Shit's gonna get real. I'm gonna get massive now. You guys can't. I'm sleeping. Oh, I slept 10 hours today. Are you kidding me? 10 hours on a Monday. Dude, it's crazy. Yeah, dude, it's wild. So normally I work the last 10 years. I've worked like six days a week for the last like 10 years. And so finally, I got a different job. I transferred, and that job's making me enough money where I quit my other job. And so now I'm gonna have 3 days on, 4 days off, and that's all gonna be picking my daughter every day, have her. But besides that, training, arm wrestling related things, traveling, hopefully, and so good things coming.
Yeah, hopefully we can get you over there to Dubai. That would be fantastic. Otherwise, I will hit you up for a refund. I still have my receipt.
Not hopefully for sure. I'm for sure going to don't scare people like that, man. They're gonna start asking. I'm for sure.
I dropped a bit of money that night too.
Yeah, everybody.
No, it was good, man.
Guys, yeah, Gary sent me that list, and it was legitimately like 85 different people contributed, and I was like, didn't even most people I didn't even know at all, and I was like, I didn't even know what to do. So thank you.
Wild.
That was a crazy night. That was a crazy. See, I'm logged under Gary's name still.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Yeah, because
I was actually on for 19 of those 25 hours.
Oh, 19! Wow.
19.
You guys are crazy.
That's magnificent. 16. Man, I did maybe 5. Like, I watched it in and out of work because the time difference for me was a bit different to you guys.
You came in with a very key save, though.
Sorry?
When you came on, it was a very key point. It was a good save. We needed you.
I had enough of Evan.
Thank God.
Enough of Evan? What?
I was, personally messaging Uncle John. I was like, man, what you guys are doing really good. Anyway, if you need a chop out, call me up. He goes, man, can you come on? I was like, yes, of course I can. Of course I can come on. And then, straight away I was like, you got to get Evan off. I said, it's killing. You're killing it. Yeah, everyone's dropping. It was good for 10 minutes, maybe. But it went for about an hour and a half. And when someone is telling someone on mute to shut up, it was my favorite thing. It was my favorite thing.
Uncle John.
Are you doing any PRs there, James? You doing any PRs?
Arms?
No, any PR? Are you breaking any records? All you've done is work out.
Oh, PRs. I think it's arms. Well, no PRs tonight. I don't think. Just hitting 220 on the deadlift, doing some handstands on the parallel bar, pronation and supination.
Oh yeah, I was doing my handstands earlier. I was doing all my handstand push-ups earlier. You missed it.
Nice.
Well, what you need to do there, James, is while the rest of us are chatting arm wrestling, you need to set up and try and hit a PR while you're on the live chat. So
I agree.
set
Deadlift
something
PR.
up.
Okay.
Handstand push-ups PR. I want to see handstand push-ups PR.
There it is. That's a call out. That's it. Handstand push-ups, PR. Get
What
on
is
it.
this? The Jerry Lewis telethon? Listen, let me
How
ask you
much-
something. James. Hey, James.
Yeah.
What is the most exciting match you've ever had, or a tournament situation or something? Tell us, like, describe it like a fisherman, how you almost caught that fish.
That Russian guy, Stan, Colorado.
Tell the story.
Okay. I was outside taking a break between matches.
At a tournament where?
Yeah, the Nat Fit 2.5 or 2.0, whatever it was, recently in Missouri. And I stepped outside, rushed back in. I was like, oh, I hope they didn't call my name already. And I heard my name, so I stepped up to the table. And I didn't realize they were actually saying, go on deck, not go to the table. So I actually ended up going up to the table and arm wrestling somebody in a totally different class. I think he was 2 weight classes above.
Above, all right, that's the main thing.
Well, I pulled him about halfway down, and he
they figured it out.
Yeah, I opened him up.
The match in the middle of the match.
Yeah, he stopped me and pulled me all the way back over. So it was pretty
awesome. It
awesome.
wasn't your match, but you pulled hard.
Yeah, and I, even though I lost it,
arm wrestling. See,
one of his teammates,
much more than winning or losing.
Yeah, one of his teammates gave me props for doing so well against him. So that was kind of cool.
Oh, that's a great story, bro.
Yeah.
Cobra, what about you? Tell us a match. Tell me a story.
Yes.
Who that?
Derek.
Big Derek.
I'm old, man. I'm an old pimp. I can't see. Who that? Oh, that's Derek. What up, D?
What up, man?
Slow mo. Hey, what up, Jamie?
Jamie in the chat.
That's
Wait, Jamie has just jumped in. Jamie Sheldon, we're about to get a story from Cobra Rhodes. Jamie.
I heard the story. I got to get on.
Word up, though.
How you doing?
Brother? I love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
You know, I was talking to these arm wrestlers. I just met most of these arm wrestlers, you know?
Yeah.
Was I fair? Wait, have you been watching this chat?
Yeah, I got on here like 5 minutes ago.
Okay,
reading all this
you
stuff.
didn't hear me cuss then, because you know I don't cuss.
I heard a little bit. I even typed in there. I said, "Who's calling who a bum?" Like I didn't even know.
I'm a bum. I'm a bum.
Well, if you're a bum, I'm a bum too. I'll join you.
No one has called Cobra a bum.
You can't
What's
call
happened,
Cobra a
Jamie?
bum unless you can.
Let me catch up to speed, Jamie.
John's
Is all of us have jumped on and we just admire and we absolutely all love Cobra Rhodes. But Cobra hates compliments. He hates getting compliments. So he's you know, arming them off left, right, and center. It is.
Cobra, something just happened
wrong
to
with your audio, Cobra.
So what is this whole thing for?
He's just trying a new format. Gary wants to try a new format.
Okay. Organized arm wrestling. And it's really changed over the years. So I guess this is about arm wrestling. Uncle John here.
Cobra, something happened to your speaker. Check your speaker. You sound
We can't
weird.
hear you very well. Cobra.
Am I bizarre?
Yeah.
So Jamie, yeah, what Gary is thinking is Gary just wants everyone, you know, watching ARMTV, but he wants to also help other people. You know, he loves pairing up with Uncle John, and he kind of wants to have almost like an arm wrestling radio station where it's like from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. you get Uncle John on ARMTV. Then from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. it's Jamie Sheldon and the Nat Fit family. You know, then 1 o'clock onwards, you've got Have Lunch with Derek Smith and things like that. So he just started a live chat and let us all jump on and have a bit of a laugh.
How long you guys been on?
Not really. Not really.
Barely hear Cobra.
You sound like you're in a I don't know, a tunnel or something.
That sounds muffled, yeah.
That's nuts. Some dust or some bud stuck in one of
Would it be easier if you jumped out then jump back in?
I thought this was like another New Year's thing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
no,
who
we're
we
not
sending to Dubai
fundraising
now?
anything.
Who's going to Dubai now? Who are we sending now? That's what I thought this was.
Hey, don't. I still have to go.
Send the pimp, but don't send me to Dubai. Listen, you can send me out to French Laundry out in California. I'm gonna have brunch this Sunday and have a training session. Anybody in NorCal, if y'all want to do a fundraiser, send me out there for lunch at a French Laundry. I'll go train the whole state.
You're always welcome here in Southern California, Cobra.
Food matters.
Food does.
You and Jamie can have a match. I know he's been wanting one.
Huh?
You and Jamie could pull. Come out here to Southern California. He wants a match.
Shut up. No.
Yeah, that's
Jamie
one
and
thing
I
I want to know.
don't. Jamie and I already pulled.
It's 3:20 in the afternoon here in Melbourne, Australia. What time is it everywhere else? Uncle John, what time is it where you are?
12:22 a.m. I'm gonna have to finish her up here in about 8 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. here.
Yeah.
1 a.m. James, what time is it where you are?
Let's see.
7:20 a.m. I'm in Paris.
10:20.
Damien, what time is it where you are?
8:22. It's past my bedtime. I gotta get up
mate.
at like 4.
It's 3:20 and I'm due for an afternoon nap, I reckon. I think my wife's just gotten home, so I'll definitely be having an afternoon nap soon.
Yeah.
Is your girl cute, bro?
My wife is the most beautiful woman you'll ever meet.
I'm 55. The mother of my 5-year-old and 11-year-old is 33. She's hot. Oh my God.
Woo! Cobra, I do have a question for you because
great.
While you ducked off for a minute, someone did do a super chat question. It's from Eric McAtee again, who's handing over his money. He wants to know, Cobra, where did you find arm wrestling, and were there any sports you played or jobs you did growing up that lended themselves to arm wrestling? That's a long question.
Yeah, I played them all. Tell them. I did.
There you go, Eric. He's played them all. He was a champion at them all, and they're
real good. And I could hoop. I could hoop. Like before Jordan, my tongue was wagging. I could hoop. All state jump, high jump, Western roll jump, 6'10" and 3/4. Western roll.
Derek.
Old school before the Fosbury. A beast.
Derek, I've got someone here that wants to know. Lawrence Grundy wants to know: is that Reddit admin Derek Smith? Not is that arm wrestler? Is that Reddit admin?
It's Jamie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's the Reddit.
Jamie, the page is switched for you.
I love how it's not. Is that the arm wrestler going to Dubai? Is that the heavyweight that pulled Devon on the channel? It's are you an admin of the social media thing? That's
all of the above. I'm everywhere.
What'd you say, Cobra?
Just slow motion, Jamie. I was wondering if you could hear me, because I switched the pages, and then I see you, Michelle, Gerald, and Gary. I
see you, Michelle, and Derek right now.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's one I'm on.
That's what I got.
Okay.
But then you can find it sideways, and I could get Aussie.
Then I get Aussie and Uncle John.
And James, what's in the next room, James?
Yeah, he's out there banging the weights.
That girl, James. We know what you're up to, James.
Oh, that chair was in the way.
Free James, her family misses her.
All righty, Uncle John, I'm going to hand all this back to you because I've got to sneak off. I've got to take my wife to an appointment, so I'll just need to make Uncle John the host.
Right. Good to see you, Jake.
Thanks for coming on, Jake, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Jake.
No, mate, absolutely.
Yeah, Jamie, right there back.
Had a ball. I can't wait to speak to you guys soon. If you're still on a bit later on, I'll come back, but I've just got to duck out.
Yeah, Aussie. We need to talk directly, so we'll talk in the next 24, 48 hours, you and I, yeah?
100%, my man, 100%.
Let's talk about this internet stuff. Let's help arm wrestling for everyone.
Yes.
It matters. You care
Take
about
care,
arm wrestling,
guys.
or you just in it for this internet hit? Trying to get some views and shit. Because if you want some views, team up with the pimp.
I've been asking you, man. I've been asking you since I first started.
I'm already working with some producers, but I like to. I mean, if we can help each other, let's dance. You know.
Absolutely.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
Thank you.
Love you all. Take care, everybody.
On guitar, his Moonlight album with David Bowie. You know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Uncle John is taking care of this ship. We're taking Cobra Rhodes is maybe at the helm, but Jamie Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
I got a package today full of NatFit Canada goodies. Can you do that?
Love to hear that.
I got
Mine's one day away.
I got my vanilla protein.
Excellent.
I got my mango BCAA, and I got the pre-workout as well. So
orange mango pre-workout probably, and then the watermelon BCAAs.
Watermelon BCAAs. That's it.
Yeah. Those are the three they started with. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
So I am in the next couple weeks. We're gonna start. I've been doing this training vlog thing every Monday. So
I saw that.
In 2 weeks, we're gonna add that into the whole thing and kind of experiment with, because I'm not a guy who's been big into supplements in the past. So we're really gonna put it up and see, you know, what that does, how it changes things, and I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be fun.
Dry scoop.
Looking forward to
dry
seeing
scoop
that.
the pre-workout.
Dry scoop challenge. Is that a
dry
thing?
scoop the pre-workout if you're a man?
If you're a man.
No
you probably
water.
do that, Marcel, don't you? You dry scoop it, don't
I
you?
dry scoop. Yeah, every workout.
I dry scoop too.
So much easier.
But what is okay? So why is it easier? Just it's less water to deal with, or what?
It's all done. It's done in
Straight
5
to the
seconds.
dome. You're done with it.
Yeah.
But
It's
like,
like-
what if you inhale it and then you die? Like,
Don't.
Well, that's-
don't inhale it.
It actually induced an asthma attack for me once. Not kidding.
makes me feel good.
Well, it's like, you know, when you take a pill, it'll take a certain amount of time for something to hit you. And then if you take a liquid, it goes faster. I got a buddy who said, hey, do you think you could put pre-workout into a vape? And I said, well, I'm not a chemist, but it might kill you.
Yeah.
You inhale it into your lungs, but, you know, we'll look into that. Because imagine that if you could just, and then you're ready to go, right?
That's
patent
technology.
pending, so nobody steal that idea or I'll kill you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jamie, what shirt is that you're wearing there, bud?
Hey,
Throwback.
I'm a
Throwback.
This is where we were. This is when we were all united. Remember?
This is when
I remember.
I got shirts from every league, bro. I got shirts from the PAL, and I've never pulled in it.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. We should all have shirts from everywhere.
Yeah.
Remind me, Jamie. There was a NatFit event that just happened, correct? A NatFit arm wrestling event.
That was a few months ago.
A few months ago.
There's one coming in March, though.
One coming in March. So, how is that working with you and NatFit? I know that NatFit has done huge amounts for arm wrestling because you are so involved in the community. What is that looking like? What are you planning to do with some of your events this year? Are you just kind of like people or what?
Well, I'm not promotion. I'm not a promoter. I'll say that right off the bat. Have I promoted events in the past? Yeah, just small time events for charity or whatever. But this event coming up is ran in the middle of the country in the USA. Brian Kerner, he runs my NatFit Kansas City territory. So he's putting on the NatFit Midwest Open 2. He hosted the first one. So this is completely his thing. It's just got the NatFit thing because he's a territory distributor and it's got the name on it. And I'm going to fly out there and support it with Dallas Langston. And Dallas is going to, destroy everybody because that's what he does. And
let's chat about that for a little bit because we did have Brad Cook in the chat a little bit earlier, and he just put out Dallas's last super match, which I purposely didn't watch it. I know what the result was, but I purposely didn't watch because I wanted the first time I saw it to be the 217 version, right?
Yeah.
So did you guys see the match already?
I missed it.
I watched it today.
I tried to watch the live feed and then I was busy, and then they filmed it like in between the amateurs and the pros or something. So I totally missed it. But I really want to see the matches after that. Like I want to see the matchups. I want to see Brad's, filming and all that stuff. And, I know what happened, but I really want to see Dallas pull Brent Rockers, and because Dallas won the right-handed class. So he went from rank 10. He's going to be ranked number 4 now in the country.
That's interesting.
I told everybody he's coming. Derek knows. Derek trains with him too. You know, Dallas is no joke.
Wait, I didn't hear about that. Dallas beat Brent Rakers? I didn't know that. What?
Like, that's legit. That's real solidifying.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Dallas is going to take some time off and fly out to Kansas City with me, and you know, we'll have some fun. Support.
Amy, is it left or right?
Who?
Dallas.
When he pulled Brent?
Yeah.
He beat him right-handed. I think Dallas took third left-handed in the event, and then he won right-handed. He went undefeated, I think.
Dallas's left is better than his right, though, isn't it?
No, right hand's way better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I really want to see the footage though, just because Brad's phenomenal with what he does. So
yeah, exactly.
Apparently,
I'll be
it's
checking that out.
Just released it this evening, so it just should be out there now.
Beautiful.
Hey, John, I'm interested after you watch this. I like I said, I watched it today. I'm interested to hear your take on the refereeing and what happened there. And I want to know your take on it.
Well, I've heard there was a lot of Kings moving happening.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I keep feeling like Dallas keeps traveling for these super matches with BLM and Sean Hancock.
He
and
always
stuff.
has
like
reffing trouble.
Yo, what? Because Sean Hancock was in a losing position and is lifting his elbow to get a restart like an inch from the pad in a very slow match. Like like what?
The question has to be.
I don't know the rules though.
That's the thing. The main question is what rules are they using specifically? Yeah. Like if they just say like I'm like, what rules are you using? And they're like WAF. But then they're like, oh, but we let elbows go. So are you even close to WAF then? Right? Like, come on.
Yeah.
So that's number one is can we figure out what rules do they, I don't know the whole behind the scenes of what was going on at that tournament, but what rules were being used, how were they implemented? Clearly, if you're using a King's move, then either you're ignoring the rule or you don't have the rule, right? It's fairly clear cut. In leagues that have the rule is fairly obvious. I mean, except for WAF, which is a whole other situation altogether. But so if it's happening, it's like, did they agree to just let it go? I don't know the rules around it. I did talk to Artem about Dallas though, the other night, and we were talking it was Evan. It wasn't Artem. It was Evan. Evan is pissed at Dallas because he thinks that Dallas will only take matches where he gets to dictate what kind of grip they have and all that kind of thing. And he was very upset about that because he thinks that that's just playing to Dallas's advantage. Do you guys get that sense at all, or is it all just confusion? Like Dallas is
I haven't got that sense, but at the same time, can you blame Dallas if that is what's going on? I mean, could you blame him? Trying to do events that cater to his strength. I mean,
sure,
I think we'd all want.
Well, yeah. I think if it's Dallas versus BLM and they go in there agreeing on a certain rule set, will it be the same rule set that they had last time?
I hope not.
I mean, I know BLM wants to pull in the WAL, and if like I was listening to Devin and RVJ the other night, I think it was last night when they, I don't know.
Jeff Frank said they got the rules set for that one, don't they?
I would assume, right?
Yeah.
But if it's a WAL focus for both these guys in the future, Dallas can get the strap if he wants it, right? He can just walk away from the table, and 30 seconds later they'll put him in the strap. So I don't know, because I mean they've been hyping up the WAL as far as like BLM trying to get in there, and he was about to pull in there, and Dallas was on the radar. He had a phone call. So, but if it's not WAL focused, they can have the rules whatever they want. I guess it's whatever they agree to, right? When you have a super match. But none of us know the rules because we're not sitting there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Listen to that RVJ Devin thing. It was pretty good conversation.
Nice.
Just about the rules and how they should switch the WAL rules to just a little bit of tweaks here and there, and makes it a little bit more happy for everybody.
I
don't
think
really care personally.
Yeah. I'm totally open for the rules to be altered because it's been happening the entire time arm wrestling has been a sport. I've been watching a bunch of like 80s stuff.
Truth. That is truth.
There's so much differences. There's tons of differences. Like Cobra, you were telling me how they would like make you start, and for the
I don't
first,
tell you nothing. Don't put what keep my name.
I
out
heard
your
this one
mouth. I
time
didn't
from
say nothing.
this one guy told me that like they start the match, you can only use your arm. Then you wait a certain amount of time.
3-second delay of the WPAA. Yeah.
Wow.
Right? Like
only
that.
back. You can only do back pressure or carve in.
Yeah.
But any side motion, it's foul.
Right. So like arm wrestling is always changing. It's always moving. And I am fine with moving to different types of
Family Brothers show.
as long as they are clear and concise.
Yeah, but I mean, that changes every match. Depends on who's at the table. Listen, one thing I'll tell you right here.
If they
since I'm
outlaw
LeBron, I'm
King's
gonna let you know. If anyone beat me, they beat me. Because if they didn't beat me, they didn't. Even if the ref said it. But I never fucked anybody at the table. I've always given a fair match. Fuck them all. Fuck those guys. FTG, full life.
If they ban the King's move, what do you think Mike and Devin are going to do?
Well, especially if they bring the pad up another inch. I think Jerry just runs through everyone.
You think?
I think so.
Well, think about that last match with Michael and Jerry. I mean, Michael, like honestly, like I've watched that match a lot, and there's really only a few split seconds where he truly uses the King's move in that match.
He's just doing that open top roll, yeah.
He's really weird looking, and he's doing everything I tell people not to do, but he has figured out a way to make that work for him. So
that's all that matters.
One of his best looking matches was actually when he took on Dave.
That was not a good looking match.
He was up the whole time though. He actually stood up.
He did stand up, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's unclear to me, since we haven't seen Michael in a like real heavy duty match since Jerry, it's unclear as to how much, Michael really needs to rely on that. Will Michael, I mean, if Michael can do that with Jerry, does Michael still need to do it with Levin? Will Michael...
Uncle John, pull up some of them matches when I used to pull Michael Todd in the tournaments when he was like 200 pounds or something.
That's what we got to find. That's what we got to
find.
We need
I remember 198, Mike.
No. Pull up some of them, Uncle John. Let me see. I want to see what happened.
Damien, I think Don McClary got a win on Michael Todd when Mike was light.
When I was small?
I believe it. Back in the day.
Everybody beat everybody in arm wrestling. Arm wrestling beat themselves.
Hey, can you tell us how good Bill Brzezinski was, Cobra?
Oh,
God.
Good question.
Well, most people don't know anything about Bill Brzezinski.
Who that? Who just asking me?
Big Derek.
Derek?
Yes, sir. I was asking about Bill Brzezinski. Can you enlighten us about Bill Brzezinski?
Who the fuck is that guy? He never beat me.
He never beat you?
Yeah, you said it too, so why are you asking me?
No, I'm asking. I don't know much about him. I'm just asking you.
Well, you know that he didn't beat me. That's enough.
Oh, okay.
He was in my very first tournament, and then I never
Shame
saw him.
on you. Shame on you.
But I did see him. I thought he was John, and I never saw him after that.
I saw him till they said go. I saw him till they said go.
Cobra.
There may or may not be missing context. That's
You don't
okay.
got Sports Illustrated, man. You ain't got Sports Illustrated. Send a picture, Uncle John.
Oh, we do got Sports Illustrated. I don't know if I have it on my computer, or else I could show
Joe
it.
Montana's on the cover. Come on now. Bill Brzezinski knows my name.
Hold on, I gotta let Gary in. Gary's back.
Hey, what was it at the Arnold's? Cobra, what'd you say at the Arnold's? Say my name. Say it.
Say my name.
I don't know. I wasn't there. My evil twin. That was my
Gary,
evil
you're back.
twin. Hi, Gary.
I remember
love
that.
you.
Gary.
How many people's here? Like 3?
Let's see. Let's do a call. We got Uncle John. We got Derek Smith. We got Jamie Sheldon. We got Mazel Jador. We got James working out still. Arm Gamble.
Still going.
The
Gary
Pimp,
Roberts.
Cobra Rose, and now we have Gary Roberts. Gary, do you have audio right now?
Yeah.
I can't hear you, Gary.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, so Jamie,
Yeah.
what's up? How
Talk to me.
I could only
Yeah, guys.
So guys, listen, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. But basically, my wife's like, "Hey, man, the arm wrestling thing. She's like, our family time should be family time." And I'm like, I get it. I get it. I'm like, I'm working on this idea where I can get, and I try to explain it to her. But so tonight she's like, well, I thought other people were going to do it. And I was like, well, I needed to, get the ball rolling. It was an experiment. And so anyways, I was hanging out with her while I had my phone. I had the chat going and I was watching the chat, occasionally looking, but I wasn't listening. But I saw Jamie sneak on. I saw Derek sneak on. And I was like, all right. But I snuck in and I was like, oh, they kicked Barry off.
Barry left on his own volition, actually. I think we just ignored him long enough.
Wait, Barry Bourne was in here? I still
Yes,
haven't met him. He was.
Yeah, Barry Bourne was in there. And I gotta say, have we learned anything about the guy working out? I love that he's working out, but
yeah, we actually talked to James a little bit. Yeah,
you did. Okay. Hey, man, thank you for. I was gonna So if this idea took off, I was gonna be like, if anyone wants to have a practice, they could sneak in. I was gonna give away little like treats if we could get interesting training, like just to keep something fun going off in the corner. So, Uncle John.
Yes.
How did I heard some people say, "Oh, glad to see Barry out of there. Thank God Uncle John took over the show. Ozzy was doing good." Like, how did it go?
All right. So let me give you my full analysis of this whole concept, because I certainly think it's workable, but it does run into problems. Once we get really beyond 4 to 6 people, you're walking on thin ice at that point in time. I think it can be done, but you really have to monitor it. Anybody not participating or not, appropriately participating needs to be quickly dealt with. And you should really limit the amount of time that you get up. So for me, my preference is I run a show. I know what's happening on the show. I'm going to guide the show. Now, that's not to say there isn't value in winging it, because some people really, really like that. But then the stakes go up, because it's really easy to get real weird. And like, people are just like, why am I here watching this train wreck? Right. So it's kind of like a balance.
Which let's be honest here. If at 10 o'clock at night on a Tuesday,
yeah,
you can play with train wrecks.
Sure,
a little.
And I think that can definitely be part of the show. It just won't be a part of my part of the show.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
So I picture this. Let's say Jamie had an hour, Derek had an hour, Uncle John had an hour. I don't know who's that. Is that Mizzle?
This is Mizzle. He's been holding the home fires here.
So
lumberjacked.
Hey, there we go.
Nice.
So I envision, each hour.
Thank you so much, brother.
Each hour could take a flavor.
For sure.
A personality, for sure. But I just wanted there to be engagement. I want to train the audience to be engaged, come in. And I want people to understand, like, hey, you can have an hour, Derek. You can have an hour, Jamie. You can have an hour, Uncle John. And like, train people to be comfortable on camera, to run the engagement, steer the conversation. Like Artem came on. He was just eating dinner, and there was too much little side noise, so I had to mute him for a second. But it's like, yeah, I get it. So, I'll have to watch it back. Jamie, what'd I miss? Thank you for joining the show. What's new, man?
Oh, what's new with me? Same old thing, man. Trying to take over the world.
Yeah. So I was thinking of wrapping this up at 10 o'clock, and we're still going. Like, should we wrap it up?
I'm going to wrap up in the next 5 or 10 minutes.
I got to get off in about 5 anyway, too. Okay. So. I just, you know what, to be honest, I clicked on YouTube because I thought maybe the Dallas Langston match was up from Brad. And sure enough,
actually what I was looking for.
Saying it was. And I saw this live, so I immediately clicked on it because I saw everybody's faces. I'm like, the heck's going on? What are they doing? So here I am. And then Ozzy told me to jump on, so I clicked on it. And I don't even know what the hell's going on until you guys explained it.
I just want to do once a week, 3 to 4 hour block of conversating with the community, but I don't want to have to be working. I want to let other people, and they get the super chat money.
I get it. I think, I mean, I can't commit to that. Like,
yeah, no, you wouldn't have to. I was just giving an example. Like, if you,
I could pop on here and there, but I mean, my schedule's all over the place. It's impossible to commit to anything.
Yeah,
you know,
no worries.
On a schedule.
Uncle John, you overachiever.
This is just what I do now, right? Like, I just train and do live streams with Gary Roberts. That's my life.
It seems like.
Yeah.
You talk to your friends. Yeah.
Well, when I asked you to participate tonight, so the whole thing is you call up your friends, you're like, hey, would you play with me? But I would never ask for a 4-hour commitment from you. I wanted you to know that you could.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's for me, I'm like, well, what else am I going to do? I'm probably going to go upstairs and lay in bed and just watch the live stream anyways. So why not just be here and, talk with all the people I want to talk about anyways,
I'm good for a scheduled 1 hour every so often, you know, like for Uncle John's show, for the Ozzy show, for Neil, I'm doing the Church of Arm Wrestling this Friday. It's Gary, Jimmy, we got to talk. Derek, we need to have a powwow. That could take like 10 hours though. We need to plan that.
Jimmy G was on. Did everyone properly plug their channels? That's what I was hoping would happen.
I can't even get my profile picture on my channel. I don't have a channel. I'm not a YouTuber.
I got a channel.
Check out my.
There we go.
I didn't plug mine as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got a YouTube channel.
Wait, hold on. Let me see. You're just Derek Smith Arm Wrestling?
Yeah, I'm working on changing it. But yeah, it's just you search my name, Derek Smith Arm Wrestling.
I mean, it can't be. So the whole thing, like, cause Larry Wheels is Larry Wheels. It's like people looking for Larry Wheels. Can you not just be Derek Smith yet because you're not world famous?
Can be. I'm all that is Derek Smith. I was just thinking about making something a little shorter, like a little branding type of thing. But I can stick with Derek Smith. That's fine.
Yeah.
If that's what you want, Gary. It's whatever you want at this point, Gary. You let me know what
you got to wait for the Neil nickname.
Listen, man, I'm not an expert on branding, and I lucked out with the cool. I don't know. Jamie, do you want to be a YouTuber?
No. I have too many. I wear too many hats, man. I've got no. My business doesn't have content for that. Unless I had a bunch of girls like doing workouts, promoting NatFit, that could sell. But I'm not paying people to do that. Like, so I don't have content. I can't talk about supplements that much.
That's what Jamie is here.
Maybe I don't know, but no, I wouldn't want to run it.
Jamie has unlimited access to my channel. He knows he can promote NatFit whenever he wants on mine, and I do it as well.
I love you, Derek.
Guys, we had
talk to Michelle. He's got like 60,000 followers.
Wait.
On his Instagram. Like,
what?
You want to talk about branding? This guy did it right somehow.
So how do you get 60,000 followers on Instagram? What'd you do?
I actually just built an overly large chest from bench pressing too much, and I just got a lot of followers from just like random memes being made about me.
Is that your brother with the 18-inch arms not flexed?
That's my he raised me, but he's my first cousin.
Dude's a monster. Like, just I was checking out your page. You got some pretty cool stuff on there, man.
Okay,
thanks, I appreciate that.
So Mizell, you're newer in the sport, 1 year?
Yes, 8 months in.
8 months. Well, welcome. So
Thank
you're
you,
you're only a couple months longer than my return. So we're both newbies. We're both newbies.
So I gotta say, we're all so glad you came back, everybody.
Dude, I swear to God, it feels like an old hat. It's like I was trying to find a place outside of arm wrestling. I was trying to film weddings again. It just never occurred to me that I could go back to arm wrestling. And I swear to God, I used to tell people like, this is what I was meant to do. I was
You're
meant
home, Gary. The family's just
Yeah.
bigger now. I got to leave, guys. Derek,
No hat fits as good as the old ones.
Yeah.
All right, bud.
Thanks,
Take it
man.
easy,
Hey, mate,
everybody.
we'll talk soon.
James, love you guys. Take care.
Bro.
I'll just finish this up, then we'll say goodbye. Basically, like, I used to tell people I was born to promote arm wrestling. This is what I was meant to do. And man, CrossFit confused me because I really felt comfortable there. I was working directly for Sevon. CrossFit gave me free reign. They let me do whatever. Just to give you a story. So CrossFit, there was an event in Washington, D.C. And Sevon, it was on a Saturday morning. And Sevon asked me on a Friday morning, hey, do you want to go to D.C.? And I was like, sure. And he's like, when do you want to leave? And I'm like, well, when is it? He says, well, you got to be there by tonight. I'm like, okay. He paid like 3 times the amount anyone would play for a plane ticket for me to get one like right that second. And then flew me to DC, nice hotels. I went to Scotland with Sevon one time and he's like, hey, do you want to fly back first class? Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell that story. Oops. Sorry. I wasn't supposed to tell that story. So he bumped me up. He gave me his own points to bump me up first class. And it was like, it's the dream job. Arm wrestling was the dream job. And then if you can imagine getting a secondary dream job, CrossFit was as close as you could get to it. So it confused me because it was so awesome. And they paid me really good money.
You got blinded, Gary. You got blinded by the money.
So anyways, when that ended, I was trying to do other things and it just never occurred to me that I could go back to arm wrestling. I thought it was impossible. But anyways, here I am and it feels so good. And it was like, the thing is with the live stuff, I used to dream about being able to do this shit and the technology was not ready. I feel like, this is, George Lucas, he didn't want to create the prequels until the technology was right. It was like I had dreams for arm wrestling, but the technology wasn't there. And now that I'm back, I'm like, oh shit, I can do things that I used to like fantasize about, but I didn't create the technology.
ARMTV itself was ahead of time, dude. The fact that I could watch any of my matches in super slow-mo and stuff was like, still, that it doesn't exist,
Well, I'll be honest, just before we say goodbye, I'm still disappointed with the YouTube search and archive. The channels are not set up for like master archiving. It's like designed to get out your content. And then once it's old content, it like disappears into the ether. And I'm really, I'm hoping that they up their game. I'm trying to figure out other ways that I can, if I'm not hosting all of this archive on ARMTV, the website, that I'm hosting on something that organizes like a layer over YouTube, because YouTube is just not great at having thousands of videos and being able to search what's in them easily. So I'm learning that. Anyways, Uncle John.
Yo.
Did you earn any money with Super Chats tonight?
I think we did. I think we had quite a bit. I think Aussie Arm Wrestler got some as well.
Yeah. So I'll divvy those up and
yeah, that's great, man.
I'll shoot them out to you. I want this to be a platform where you guys can come on, help engage conversation, at the same time build. As our channel grows, you're able to just funnel it right to your channel so you can grow with it and make maybe like, if obviously we were really crushing it, or maybe I could pay you, but we're not at that point.
Yeah,
but
someday.
I think there's a cool networking ability here to help all things grow, right?
Look, for me, and I think for anyone out there who is, loves arm wrestling, thinks they could do something like this, for me, it's like, okay, I can go on for an hour and talk to all my friends and the people I never really get to talk to about the stuff I love to talk about. And, if I get a couple super chats in the meantime, well, then that's cool. I don't even need it, but that's cool too. So it's really out there. If people want it, just go. Gary Roberts 10 years ago said, don't tell me about it. Show it to me. So show us.
I'm proud of you for doing it, man. You're really good at it. professional.
Thank you.
You got the smoothness.
That last montage was unreal. Yeah.
All right. Hey guys. Okay. Who's the guy working out?
Arm Gamble James.
James, man.
Where are you from?
Wichita, Kansas. Oh shit.
Wichita,
Sorry.
Kansas.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if this is he disappeared.
Here it is.
Oh, I was gonna say one more thing. Hey, I don't know if this is repeating.
Sorry about
Were
that.
you the guy who came on New Year's Eve also and just worked out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my, dude, we need to make it a regular thing. Like, I love that you're just in the background, just working
Eric wanted
out.
a handstand push up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's my
Did you get
handstand
it?
push-up, dude?
Okay,
Did you get it?
You didn't see it.
It's more difficult on the bars. Let me go ahead and do it on the floor against the wall.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, he does have little handstand rings.
Calisthenics. These are things I could never do in my life, Gary. I'm way too big and heavy.
There we go.
Oh, we lost you. All right, after he does this, well, you're super heavy.
Oh yeah,
dude. I lost 25 pounds this month unintentionally, Gary.
How?
Wouldn't that be nice, John?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Stress from my job that I quit. Boom. All
Wait
right.
a minute. You quit the strippers?
No. Kept the strippers, out with the other one.
What was the other one?
I was a supervisor with a shipping company.
Yeah, I'll take stripping all day, bro. Forget about that.
I've been there for 10 years, Gary. I've been at the shipping company for 10 years.
Yeah. Well,
as long as I've been arm wrestling.
I'm sorry it didn't work out. Do you guys have time for a small little story?
I'm watching these handstand push-ups right now.
Yeah, same. I'm
really into this. Come on, James.
Here we go, James.
Let's go.
Come on, James.
Let's get it.
Oh, there it is.
Get
That's
it.
nice. Oh yeah.
Fully locked out. Fully locked out.
Nice.
4.
My man.
That's impressive.
Okay.
Hey, John, your turn.
I'll tell you before we go, I gotta, because this kind of falls in line with your guys' dreams.
Woo!
I'll tell you a closing story. Okay, you ready?
Right.
So when I started ARMTV, I was always a part-time waiter. I was a student. Well, I was a full-time waiter, but as ARMTV grew, I became a part-time waiter. I was always a waiter first. So when I meet somebody, they'd be like, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, I serve tables and I film stuff. So I serve tables and I film stuff. It was always, the server was always first. I felt in my heart that I was a server and I was wanting to be a videographer. I was wanting to be, a filmmaker, but I felt like a wannabe. So anyways, one day I got fired from the restaurant. Something happened between me and my boss. I went in and we got in a fight and I got fired. And I was like, you know what? It's time for me to become the video guy. I've got to let go of being a waiter and I've got to really own, I am a video guy. I am the video guy. And so from that day forward, I really changed my mindset. Although I kept my server jacket in the back of my truck for like a year and a half as a reminder that like, hey, that the restaurant job is not too far away. And so that's when I was really diving into ARMTV I was going through that process and it took me a long time to become, the video guy. They can't, like Brad Cook's a cinematographer. He's like a true filmmaker. I don't even think I'm at that point yet where I feel like a true filmmaker, but videographer I've accepted. All right, guys. Hey, thank you for coming on the show. If you were out in the audience and you're still just catching on, we hope to maybe do this for starters, we'll start with once a week. There's enough content happening in arm wrestling. We can get together once a week, but the whole point of this is to get engaged with the community, a member mingle, if you will, get to know you guys, but let other people have the reins. I don't want to necessarily be in charge of it. Uncle John is like my first go-to guy, obviously Aussie arm wrestler. And oh, look, Uncle John's shirt.
Yeah,
hey,
look at that.
Guys,
mass promoter.
Thank you guys very much for coming on tonight. I did not think we'd make 4 hours. I was
Pretty
thinking
good.
2 hours, man.
Good.
But I can't wait to go back and watch what I missed.
All right,
Good night,
brother.
guys.
Thanks for having us on, Gary, buddy.
Peace.
Appreciate it. Good night.
You guys.
Oh, are you still host, John?
Oh shit.
This is weird. This is awkward.
Hold on.
We're just all here randomly flexing.
I can't.
There,
I can't. I
I
can't.
changed it
There you go.
I
All right,
just
now
farted so
now